Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football Playoffs presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and Ideal, Idaho's college savings program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University. Well, Here we are, the final week of the 2023 football season. The hot August two-a-days, all the film sessions, the bumps and the bruises, they have all come down to this. It's the 5A state title game live on IdahoSports.com. The Highland Rams taking on the Coeur d'Alene Vikings. Glad to have you with us. My name is Scott Burton, and I'm joined up in the booth by a top-notch broadcast team. Paul Kingsbury and Logan Green up in the booth with me, and our sideline reporter, Joel Richardson. Well, fellas, I'll tell you what, at the beginning of the season, had you predicted that it would be Coeur d'Alene versus Highland in the state title game, many would have thought you crazy. And Paul, I want to start with you. This is a Highland team that likes to play slow. They like to run the ball, control the clock, and they happen to boast one of the best ground games and running backs in any classification.
They do. They've really got a 1-2 punch. They've got Jackson Riddle coming in. He's really the catalyst on that Highland Ram offense. You know, played every game, 160 carries, 1,300 yards. I'm just going to go through it just to impress everybody. Averages about 8 yards a carry. Averages 118 yards a game. 12 touchdowns. I mean, this kid is phenomenal. And then you've got a quarterback in Drew Hymas that also runs. He's got 450 yards. So you've got to watch out for your quarterback to run. Meanwhile, you've got Jackson Riddle ready to just throw up 80 yards on you in touchdowns up and down the field.
This is a Highland team that is very potent. Well, we're going to step away real quick for the national anthem and be right back to Holt Arena right after this.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news, someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
Do you show your Vandal pride? Dave sure does. He proudly dons the silver and gold when he's at work, mowing the yard, and especially on game day.
Hey, can we get 3 tacos?
I got this.
Where did you get that?
You don't have a Vandals debit card?
Don't worry, Dave. You can get your Vandal debit card by visiting p1fcu.org/GoVandals. Go Vandals!
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Well, welcome back to Holt Arena pregame. The 5A state title game between Highland and Coeur d'Alene. And where we left off, we talked a little bit about the potent Highland running game. But, Logan, this defense for Coeur d'Alene, I tell you what, it is as good as it gets.
And, you know, it started at the beginning of the year. They had that neutral site location game in Missoula against Rigby, a Rigby team that had just won back-to-back state champions, had won 3 of the past 4, and Coeur d'Alene punched them in the mouth and ended up dropping them by multiple scores in that game, really took it to them. Even Brandon was up there doing the game, and his brother mentioned, hey, Luke Flowers, the quarterback from Rigby, is committed to University of Montana. how is this guy a D1 quarterback? And I said, no, he is a D1 quarterback. It is the defense that is making him play so poorly today. And that Coeur d'Alene defense just rolled throughout the season, and it's continued into the playoffs. They're only giving up 11 points per game. They're led by number 45, Shea Robertson. That tough defensive performance has been on fire. Only giving up 6 points to Eagle last week. Shut down Rocky Mountain the week before. This is a team on fire right now on defense.
Well, everything says this could be a low-scoring game. And now let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Joel Richardson, who had a chance to talk with both head coaches in the pregame. And let's get their thoughts on the 5A state title match. Joel.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Going to be a great one this afternoon. It is loud down here. Highland side brought everyone. It's almost full, as you guys can see. Coeur d'Alene not as full, but brought some great fans, nice and loud. What do they want to do today? Vikings DYJ, do your job. They want to play together. They talk about we're built for this kind of travel. They've traveled a long ways throughout this entire season, and they're doing it again for this championship game. On offense, they want to get clicking quickly. They want to get their young guy at quarterback going early and get their wide receivers cooking. On defense, watch for number 45, Robertson. They want to be on their toes and not wait for Highland, but go attack Highland. On the Rams side, hopefully you guys can hear me. It is loud down here. On the Rams side, they also want to do your job. Don't be a superhero. They talk about don't got to be unreal. Do your 111th. Offense, defense, it starts at the trenches. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Joel. Joel's going to be wandering the sidelines, the stands, the concession stand, looking for stories and little bits of information, and we are ready to go. Let's set the stage for you here at Holt Arena. Coeur d'Alene will be kicking off, and they will be dressed in their road blue pants, white tops, and blue helmets with gray numbers, which is a broadcaster's dream.
Nightmare.
And they will be moving right to left in front of us, kicking to Highland. Highland to receive in their all black uniforms with red numbers. And we are moments away from kickoff, and we are underway here. Kickoff taken at the 3-yard line by Highland. Highland on the return. This is Kai Callan. Callan, not a bad return, knocked out of bounds on the right side, just shy of the 30-yard line, and this is where Highland will have their first possession of the ball game.
And Evan Williams in on that tackle on special teams, came in, didn't allow any more of a return. And in a game like this, it all comes down to little things, Scott. Special teams, kickoffs, punts, you're getting the turnovers, fumbles, interceptions if you can, penalties. It really comes down to the little things, and whoever can control the little things will probably come out on top today.
Well, we have a little stoppage of play here. They're sending Kai Callan to the sideline.
Apparently brass knuckles aren't allowed.
Apparently.
No, kidding.
Yeah, they've got a equipment issue, and so Kai Callan will exit, and we're going to get underway here momentarily as Highland will have the football. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. It'll be an empty backfield. 5 receivers in the formation, 3 left, 2 right, and this one is a quarterback draw. This is Hymas, left side, bounces it out to about the 33-yard line, gain of about 5 on 1st down.
And he did a great job of keeping those legs moving after that first contact and actually picked up a couple of more yards, got it to the 36 before being brought down by a whole host of Vikings.
Drew Hymas, the quarterback, 1,146 yards passing on the season in this very run-heavy offense to go along with 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. But Jackson Riddle is going to be the story, over 1,300 yards rushing. And how he goes is usually how Highland goes. This will be option right, pitch Riddle. Riddle tracked down on a nice defensive play and a loss on the play. That's going to be Kizzer, Jamison Kizzer, who happened to be the Coeur d'Alene quarterback to start the season. Makes a tackle for loss. It'll bring up 3rd down. And that's the speed of that Coeur d'Alene defense.
And that's probably not something that Highland has seen too much of this year, just that quick speed from the defense.
3rd down and 6, trips left. Hymas to throw, has time, over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was a pretty pass. It was intended for Jackson Riddle, but it was covered well, defended by Highland, or defended by Coeur d'Alene rather, and Highland will be forced to kick it away on 4th down.
And that was great pass coverage out there by the safety, Nolan Chris, number 25, right on it. There wasn't any chance for a flag. I mean, of course, Highland fans will always, look for the flag, but that was just great pass defense by Christ.
So the first possession for Highland is a 3-and-out, and they will kick it away. And the punt away from the 25-yard line, and there will not be a return. It does take a Highland bounce, a pretty good Highland bounce, inside the 20, all the way down to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that was a fantastic punt. It was high. It didn't look that great, but if you can get that football to land just right, Scott, it can take off and roll quite a ways.
Yeah, Drew Hymas, the punter for Highland, shifted field position because Coeur d'Alene, with a quick 3-and-out, had a chance to maybe get the first break in field position, but the great punt by Hymas will put Coeur d'Alene at their own, well, we'll call it the 16-yard line as the Vikings get ready for their first offensive series. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. And this will be a swing pass, a double pass, and they've got a man wide open. Coeur d'Alene trick play on the opening play. Touchdown with the catch is Kai Wheeler.
From the 16-yard line to the end zone, Wheeler all the way to the house. They strike first, 9:59 in the first quarter, and the Vikings faithful down below us. They've got their little blue and white pom-poms waving. They're excited about what they see. They made a long trip down. Trip is even longer back if you're not carrying a blue trophy.
Simmons threw a little swing pass out to the left, and it looked like it was just going to be a typical swing pass to the running back. But then streaking down was Kai Wheeler, wide open for the halfback pass. And 85 yards later, Coeur d'Alene strikes on the very first offensive play. The extra point is good. And with 9:59 to play in the opening quarter, it's 7-0 Coeur d'Alene.
Well, at Super One Foods, compromise is not an option. They set the standard. Number 1, they have lower prices. And number 2, they make your dollar stretch further. Visit any Super One Foods in Rathdrum, Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Sandpoint, or Bonners Ferry, and you'll see they set the standard. Go Vikings from Super One Foods. And Primetime Auctions in Pocatello is the place to be for all your bidding needs. They've got something for everyone, from vehicles to plants to office equipment and electronics. Be sure to check Primetime Auctions before heading to the store. Chances are you're going to find something you're looking for. Bid anytime, anywhere, online at primetimeauctions.com. Can't say enough about our local advertisers making these webcasts possible.
Well, that didn't take long for Coeur d'Alene. One play, bag of tricks, touchdown.
Yep.
And now they'll kick it off to Highland. And the kick by Browning taken right near the goal line at the 1. This is going to be Kai Callan again, and pretty much the same result. Tries to head up that right side. Good special teams coverage by Coeur d'Alene, and Highland will trot the offense out for their second possession, and they'll have it first down from their own 23-yard line.
I mean, I think on that last possession they had a net gain of 4 yards is all they had before they had to punt out. Let's see if they can maybe get their feet under them just a little bit and move the football, move the chains, get it down the field, kind of get a rhythm behind them. But it's going to be hard against this very stout, I think as you called it, Coeur d'Alene defense.
Coeur d'Alene will send one receiver left, one right. It's going to be Riddle, the lone setback, with Hymas working out of the gun. Handoff. Riddle hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Manages to maybe fall forward back to the original line of scrimmage, but that was Carter Hansen getting in the backfield for Coeur d'Alene. Short gain with maybe one on the play, second down.
And one thing about these bigs for Coeur d'Alene, they're big, and they're fast. You know, a lot of times you get one or the other, Scott. For Coeur d'Alene, you've got both. A lot like you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Just kidding.
Ah, jeez. Nicest thing you've said to me all week.
If we put us together, I'm big, you're fast.
Trips left for Hymas. Working out of the gun, Riddle behind him. Option left. The pitch to Riddle, trying to turn the corner. Good pursuit by Coeur d'Alene again on the far side. Knocked out of bounds after a gain of a couple. With the tackle, number 25, Nolan Christ for Coeur d'Alene.
So Christ very active from that safety position on special teams and on defense. Made his way all the way over to the edge, only let him pick up about 5 yards.
3rd down and 5 upcoming for Highland. Line of scrimmage, their own 28-yard line. 9 minutes to go, opening quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hymas out of the gun, empty backfield. Back to throw, complete at the 35-yard line, and a 1st down to Jackson Riddle.
So Jackson Riddle, you know, we talked about how great of a runner he is, but guess what? He can catch as well. He leads the team in catches, 529 yards, 31 receptions. Got what he needed right there. Got about 7 yards. 1st down plus a couple.
1st and 10, Highland from the 35-yard line as they move the sticks on the 6-yard pass completion to Jackson Riddle. Hymas and Riddle in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. In motion is Kai Callan. Direct snap. Riddle nowhere to go as he swallowed up in the backfield for a loss. Loss of 1 on the play. Leading the way for Coeur d'Alene was Parker Neff.
A 1-yard loss on that. Looks like we've got a District 4 officiating crew out here. Check out the side judge over there by the down marker.
Yes, we do. Gary Crum over there on the sideline. This is District 4.
Gary Crum took a day off of golfing to be here. Good for him.
I know, right? That's tough to do. 2 receivers left, 2 right on 2nd down and 10. Hymas to throw. Hymas has a little time, fires down the field. He's got a man wide open at the 40. Kai Callan knocked out of bounds into Coeur d'Alene territory at the 35 on a strike, delivered by Drew Hymas.
And Coeur d'Alene had defenders out there. They had number 4 out there, Cameron. They had number, I think that's 3, Cooey. They had guys out there, but boy, he just hit him on the run, in the gap. Perfect throw, perfect catch.
A pretty pass delivered by Drew Hymas. Moves the football into Coeur d'Alene territory. 1st down Rams at the Viking 39-yard line. Trips left for Hymas. Rolls to his left, looking to throw. Has all kinds of time. Fires over the middle. It is complete to number 4. That's going to be Colt Durham. And Durham moves the sticks in another 1st down as a line of scrimmage now, the 27-yard line.
Now is Christ again with another tackle. So the safeties in the secondary for Coeur d'Alene, they're stopping the big play, but their Highland is just slicing, dicing that defense and picking up 4, 5, 10, 11 yards on these and matriculating down the field. It's a completely different offense than we saw on their first drive.
2 receivers left, 1 right for Hymas. Handoff. Riddle up the middle, just tough yardage. And we have a late flag that comes in as Riddle gets to about the 24-23 yard line. Let's check the penalty.
A Highland player raised his hands.
Face mask, 5-yard face mask is the call against Coeur d'Alene.
He has no poker face, that Highland player. As soon as the flag came down, he turned around and went, "What? Oh, wait, it's not on me."
So 5 yards tacked to the end of the run, and that looks like it will move the sticks. So 1st down, Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 18-yard line. 6:40 to play in the opening quarter, 7-0 Coeur d'Alene.
Now, Logan, I think you looked last night. This a capacity of what, 12,000 here at Holt?
Yeah, 12,000, so roughly 6 on each side. They did remove some seats due to the upgrading of the facilities, but about 12,000.
Little play action for Hymas. Hymas trying to find Durham, and it's incomplete. He was covered well on the far side. They just tried to isolate Durham, and with the coverage was Walmsley. It'll bring up second down.
I don't know if he could do it again, but he nailed the pylon at the front corner of the end zone, so that's exactly where he was throwing that football.
Second down and 10. From the 18-yard line. Highland knocking on the door, trying to tie this thing up. They trail it 7-0. Hymas out of the gun again. Back to throw, looks to his left. He's got Riddle coming out of the backfield. Riddle catches at the 10. Nobody picked him up. Touchdown Highland. Simple play with Riddle in the backfield. Just ran a little wheel. Nobody went with him for Coeur d'Alene. And we're an extra point away from being tied.
And as expected, as Coeur d'Alene goes back to get on defense for the extra point, they're all looking at each other going, hey, where were you, where were you, where were you? How do you leave Riddle open as Denny's at the 10-yard line? You're in the red zone. And like you said, just a soft pass to him. He turns, and I think he expected some sort of resistance. Nobody within 5-6 yards of him trots into the end zone. We could have a tie ball game pending PAT. It's up, and it's good.
And we are tied, 6:17 to go here in the opening quarter. Highland 7, Coeur d'Alene 7.
It was the Riddle show on that drive. During that possession, he threw for 63 yards, including that 18-yard touchdown pass. He was 4 for 5 on the drive, again for 63 yards and a touchdown pass. The receivers on that drive, Callan had a 26-yard reception, a 12-yard reception as well on the drive for Colt Durham. Also, again, the touchdown was by Riddle. He had a catch for 7 yards and 18 yards, 25 yards on the drive for Riddle through the air.
Well, Paul, you talked about this on that last drive. It was a completely different offense. And Coeur d'Alene's goal is to take the run game away from Highland, because that is what Highland does so well. Well, so what does Highland do on that drive? They go to the air, and they did it effectively. And if you're Coeur d'Alene, you're like, ugh, that is not what we want to see.
Right. Riddle only has 5 rushes for 6 yards today.
You know, and once you take away the run game, oh, whoops, there's a passing game as well. And they're not going deep, Scott. They're just taking those nice, short passes. Oh, a little bit of... They got tied up a little bit there, but you know, they're taking what the Coeur d'Alene defense is giving them, and on that drive, okay, so we talked about Highland not looking great on their opening offensive possession. Coeur d'Alene did not look good on that defensive possession, so it's going to be interesting to see how they come out on when they're on defense again, and see how they respond to that. See what the changes are made.
Coeur d'Alene will take over. 1st and 10 from the 20 as the Highland kick goes through the end zone, and here we go for Coeur d'Alene, their second possession and their second play of the game. Back to pass is Simmons. Simmons flush to his right and then just has to throw it away. Second down and 10 upcoming for Coeur d'Alene. 6:10 to go. Scott Burton alongside Paul Kingsbury. Logan Green up here in the booth, and Joel Richardson, our sideline reporter, will be chiming in periodically throughout the broadcast. And Coeur d'Alene quickly to the line on second down. And this is an inside handoff. And not a lot of room for Coeur d'Alene. Gang tackled after a short, maybe 1-2 yard gain, is number 21 for Coeur d'Alene. That's going to be Owen Harris, who is getting the majority of the rushing attempts for Coeur d'Alene.
Coeur d'Alene wasting no time, just right back to the line of scrimmage after every down.
3rd down and 7. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. For Simmons, who seems to be changing things at the line of scrimmage. Simmons takes the snap, back to pass. Fires on the slant, and it's knocked away. Great play by Kai Callan defensively, as coming in on the slant was Comstock, and then Kai Callan got his hand in there and knocked it away. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, the audible called there at the line before the snap, and I'm sure you could hear the Highland fans on the other side making a lot of noise, making it hard for communication to happen down there on the field.
And now Highland will kick it away. And the kick is away from their own 10-yard line. Not a bad kick. It will not be returned. Fair catch called for and made by Barella at the 46-yard line. So Highland will now have it 1st and 10 from their own 46. Good field position here. 5:14 to go in a tie ball game.
Well, Valley Office Systems, proud to support the Highland Rams. They don't just sell you equipment. Yes, they offer great solutions like copiers, printers, and software, but they're a service company above all else. They're committed to providing their clients the right solution for their needs with amazing customer service and support, no matter what. That's Valley Office Systems.
Trips left for Hymas. Riddle in the backfield. Hymas rolling to his left, looking to throw. Out into the flat, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was Lana Alvarico, and that one had a little bit of mustard on it from Hymas. It'll be 2nd down for the Rams. 5:08 to go here in the opening quarter. And we had a late flag or penalty flag. And nobody really saw that. Everybody's just now making the adjustment. Holding against Highland is the call, and they'll march it 10 yards back. And it will remain, it should be 1st down and 20 instead of 2nd and 20, which is what the marker says, and now they're getting it fixed. 1st and 20, empty backfield. Hymas to throw, out in the flat, complete up to the 44-yard line to Riddle, who's out of bounds. And he got some of that yardage back, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 14 yards for the Rams.
But I was with you on that spot, and they're actually moving it just a little more than a yard back to the 43-yard line. So that's, I guess, a much more manageable 2nd down. I guess in a team like this, sometimes the yardage markers just don't matter anyway.
Another spread formation. Hymas to throw over the middle, complete right back to the original line of scrimmage as the pass was caught by Coeur Reno.
Well, we mentioned we were interested to see how this Coeur d'Alene defense was going to come out and respond. Here they are. Everybody making key adjustments on the fly in this game. It's buckle up.
3rd down and 9 upcoming for Highland from their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 in the slot right. Hymas to throw, drops back, has time. Steps up in the pocket, and now he's got to run for it. Trying to get to that 1st down marker, and he does at the 42. It'll be a fresh set of downs for Highland, and a great play by Hymas as he stepped up in the pocket, saw the lane, took off to his left, and picked up 11 yards and a 1st down for the Rams.
And this is really a 4-headed monster with 2 guys, because you've got the dual threat with Hymas, you've got the dual threat with Riddle, and you've got so much to prepare for. And there's a lot of other guys on the roster as well.
Hymas to throw again. Nobody out in the backfield, and that one overshot on the far side. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Riddle again, and they're trying to find ways to get the ball to Riddle. If Coeur d'Alene is going to shut down the run, then they're going to put Riddle out in a pass route, line him up in the slot, just trying to get the ball in his hands somehow.
Well, they've got Barela they can go to. They got Reno to go to. So, there's other arrows in that quiver on the offensive side, but sure, you're going to go with the horse that brought you for sure.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers in the formation. Hymas back to pass, flushed out to his right, on the run, and throws it here on the near side, incomplete. It would have been well short of the 1st down. It was intended for Barella. And that will bring up 3rd down.
And that's one thing here at Holt Arena. There's not, if you've never been here, there's not a lot of room on the sidelines. In fact, yesterday there was a doubleheader yesterday, 1A D1 and the 2As, and there were a lot of penalties for late hit out of bounds, because if you go out of bounds and get hit, you actually slide into a wall, and the bench is back there. So you've got to be really careful going out of bounds, both on offense and defense, that you don't get hurt.
To the line, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Hymas and Barella is in motion. Hymas back to throw, a little screen set up, and it was read perfectly by Coeur d'Alene. Tackle made by who else? Shea Robertson, the leader of this defense for Coeur d'Alene. Gain of only 2 on the play. It'll bring up 4th down from the Coeur d'Alene 41-yard line. So now we'll see whether or not Highland wants to play field position, or are they in that no man's land where they can go for it?
You know, Highland is famous for having good kickers. So, I mean, really anything within, if they can get another few yards, great. But on 4th down, it looks like they might be having a quarterback kick.
And they do. A little pooch kick. Hymas, the quarterback, and also the punter. That one, what a kick by Hymas. That one hit at the 5-yard line, bounced straight up in the air. Highland runs underneath it and downs it at the 2.
And we talked about that oblong football. It could have hit and then just darted into the end zone, but it took a perfect bounce.
Again, you talked about the Coeur d'Alene defense. Really the only thing to speak of on the ground so far for Highland is Hymas. He got 17 yards so far on the ground. He had all 10 on the ground on that last drive, everything else through the air.
So out of the shadows of their own goalposts, the Coeur d'Alene Vikings from their own 2-yard line. Simmons, swing pass to the right, and nowhere to go as tripped up is Williams as he took the ball 2 yards deep into the end zone, and by the time he reached the goal line, he was already hit, spun forward, and got back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10, Coeur d'Alene from the 2. Simmons out of the gun again. And this one, handoff right up the middle. A little breathing room that time for Owen Harris as he gets out across the 5. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for Coeur d'Alene. The line of scrimmage, the Viking 6-yard line, still trying to find some breathing room. Trips right for Simmons. Simmons back to pass, looks that direction into the trips formation. A little bubble screen swallowed up by the defense of Highland. And it looks like Coeur d'Alene will be stopped about a yard shy of the 1st down.
So fourth and very, very short.
And Coeur on the reception for Coeur d'Alene, unable to get to the line to gain. It'll be 4th down and 1, and this is just not a place on the field you want to gamble if you're Coeur d'Alene. So the Vikings will send out the punting unit, and they'll kick it away from their own end zone. This one will not be returned. It bounces at the 40 and then scooped up at the 45 by the return man. That was Barella, and good field position now for Highland as they will take over 1st and 10 from their 45-yard line. And let's send it down to Joel Richardson on the sideline. Joel.
Yeah, guys, really quick, you've been noticing both teams started with a healthy dose of run game, went to the pass game, now back to a few more runs, and now a couple punts. So interesting what's going to happen now. Trying to mix it up, trying to keep the defense on their toes. I love the offensive progressions from both teams. Back to you.
All right, more spread formation for Highland, and Joel hit that one right on the head.
Yeah.
The game has changed a little bit. You expect these teams to run, and the pass has started to dominate for Highland. And on that play, it was Hymas with nowhere to go on that spread formation. Lost a couple of yards as he tried to tuck it away and turn the corner on the left side. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 47-yard line.
Yeah, just about a minute to go. So it's been a quick first quarter.
One receiver to the far right, that's Durham as he's isolated one-on-one. Hymas will throw it back to the left, a little screen set up. And this one into the hands of the big tight end who's knocked out of bounds inside the 30. That's going to be Kai Reno. Boy, they sent Hymas rolling out to his right. He stopped, threw back to the left where they had Reno set up for the tight end screen, and he picked up enough for the 1st down. And Highland moves the sticks. 32-yard line is the line of scrimmage for the Highland Rams. 1st down.
Well, what a great first quarter of play in our first of a doubleheader today here at Holt Arena.
trips to the right, handoff, Riddle. Not a lot of room to move for Riddle. Leading the way defensively, Shea Robertson. Who else? Short gain on the play, but you know, if you're Highland, you still have to try to run the football.
Yes, you absolutely do. If you've got, like we talked about the horse. There we go. The horse that brought you in, right? You've got to keep going, and if Riddle is your go-to guy, you go to your go-to guy.
As the clock winds down here, this will bring a close to the opening quarter here at Holt Arena. After one, we are tied. It's Coeur d'Alene 7, Highland 7. We'll be right back.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Right back here at Holt Arena, Scott Burton alongside Paul Kingsbury and Logan Green up in the booth. Joel Richardson down on the sidelines as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. And coming into this, we figured it might be a low-scoring affair with two very good defenses, a fantastic run game, and so far through one quarter, it has not disappointed. We are tied at 7. It was Coeur d'Alene striking first on an 85-yard halfback pass to Wheeler, and then Riddle answered at the 6-minute mark in that first quarter on an 18-yard pass for Hymus, and that's where we stand. And as we switch sides, Highland with the football, throw it out into the flat, complete. It's going to be Kai Reno again to the 25, give him about 7 yards on the play. It'll be second down. Highland on the move here. Early moments, second quarter.
Highland comes in averaging about 32 points a game, giving up just 14. Coeur d'Alene averages about 25. They give up about 11.
From the 24-yard line, the Highland Rams on third down and 2 will send 3 receivers to the right. Riddle in the backfield with Hymus. Hymus rolling to his right, in trouble. Escapes one man, still on his feet. Hymus run out of bounds on the far side, a loss on the play. Boy, he nearly had that thing blown up in the backfield for a huge loss, but couldn't quite bring him down, Paul. And I think in the backfield for Coeur d'Alene, nearly making the tackle, was Kizzer.
Yeah. You know, and Hymus, he came back probably the 40, 42-yard line, and he ended up gaining some yardage on that just because he's so quick, and not just quick, but heads up.
Here's the thing, though. You got to throw that ball away. You're going out of bounds. You lost 6 yards on that. You throw it away, it's 4th and 2 instead of 4th and 8 right now. At that point, when you're almost out, throw it away.
4th down and 8. 2 receivers left, 2 right. In motion is Barella. Play action. Hymus in trouble, drops the football, recovered by Coeur d'Alene. Wouldn't have mattered anyway as it was 4th down. Hymus was either going to fumble it or go down with the sack, and Coeur d'Alene recovers and stops the Highland drive.
And I want to say that was Booth. As Booth came through, he missed the tackle, but he got his hand on that football, stripped it loose, and it mattered in the sense that they got about 5 yards further than they would have been if it had just been a turnover on downs.
A promising Highland drive comes to an end as the defense from Coeur d'Alene rises to the occasion. Turnover on downs. Well, actually the fumble rather.
Yeah.
And it'll be first down Coeur d'Alene from their own 40-yard line. Simmons, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Looks to pass, rolling to his right. Starting to run out of real estate and just has to throw it away.
You know, Caden Simmons, the quarterback, he's got a sister, Maddie, was a standout athlete there at Coeur d'Alene playing for University of Wyoming. Wyoming's actually at Gonzaga today, and that is right there next to Coeur d'Alene. But I talked to his dad, Corey, before the game. Both Corey and Nicole, his mom and dad, they're here supporting Caden.
On second down, this will be a handoff to number 21, Owen Harris. Swallowed up by Trayson Bagley for Highland after a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Both these teams have a lot of state titles under their belt, but not for quite a while. Coeur d'Alene back in 2013, Highland 2017, so it's been a while for both.
3rd down and 9 for Coeur d'Alene from the 41. Simmons to throw. Incomplete at midfield. It'll bring up 4th down. He was looking on the far side for Kai Wheeler, and the ball was underthrown, and Coeur d'Alene will have to kick it away. And Paul, just to kind of further that point you were making about their previous state titles, the last time Coeur d'Alene won a state title was 2013, and they beat Highland.
Right.
The last time Highland won a state title was in 2017, and they beat Coeur d'Alene.
This really turned into a great cross-state rivalry over the last 8-10 years.
Fair catch called for and made at the 26-yard line. So Highland will take over. 10:23 to go here in the second quarter, tied at 7.
Yeah, we talked about the Coeur d'Alene defense coming in, but right now it's been the Highland defense. Outside of that 84-yard trick play to open up the game, just a total of 13 yards for Coeur d'Alene overall. Outside of the one play, just 13 yards for this Coeur d'Alene offense.
Defense has dominated here so far in the first half. Highland now will have it first down from their own 26-yard line. 4 receivers in the formation. 3 left, 1 right. Hymas, option left, pitches to Riddle. Riddle, boy, just nowhere to go. The speed of that Coeur d'Alene defense. And I'm not sure Riddle got back to the line of scrimmage.
No, I think he's going to lose a yard. They start on that left hash and they come to the near side. You run out of room on the option, like you said, and I'm sure Riddle is thinking to himself, don't give it to me, don't give it. And then all of a sudden he's got it. Nowhere to go, gets pushed out of bounds, and gets a loss.
Yeah, loss of 1 on the play, and that play just looks like it's taking so long to develop. Right. And with the speed of that Coeur d'Alene defense, there's just no hope for positive yards. 2nd down and 11.
He's not even averaging a yard a carry. 7 carries for 6 yards is all that Riddle has.
And that was the goal of Coeur d'Alene. Stop the run of Highland. Make them one-dimensional, and that's what they've done. Lateral pass. This is going to be Barella, who's looking to throw. Nobody open. He has to tuck it and run, and it looked like Highland was trying to run a trick play of their own. A little backwards pass to Barella. Barella looked like he was going to throw, and then was run out of bounds out across or near the 30. They'll mark him out at the 29. Short gain on the play will bring up 3rd down and 7.
You know, and I wonder, Scott, if that was just a heads-up move by Barella to fake out that Coeur d'Alene defense, because there was really no receivers down. He gets it, kind of gave a little bit of a hitch, and that made the defense kind of rock back on their heels a bit, and that's how he was able to pick up those 4 yards.
3rd down and 7 for Highland. Empty backfield for Hymas. He stands at the 24, rolls to his left. This is a design quarterback run out across the 30, 35, and he's got the first down. That one was all Drew Hymas as he had to pick his way through traffic and picked up the first down.
And linebacker Alex Brown came from behind, made the tackle.
And that's what you get with a dual threat quarterback like Drew Hymas. And every once in a while, if you're going to shut down Riddle and he's not going to be effective, then Hymas needs to find a way to get his legs involved, and that one was huge because it moves the stick and the line of scrimmage. First down, Highland from their own 39-yard line. More spread formation from the Rams. 3 receivers right. Hymas to throw. Has time, has all kinds of time, going deep down the field into double coverage, and it's knocked away. Intended for Barella, but Coeur d'Alene was all over that one.
Guess who? Christ. Once again, he just put his hand up like he was guarding somebody in the post. Built up that big right hand, knocked it down.
Yeah, Christ and Coeur were back there defensively for Coeur d'Alene as they were not fooled on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. For Highland, 9:20 to go in the second quarter.
Sounds like a breakfast cereal I'd buy, Cooey and Christ. Sorry, Logan.
That was his 2nd pass breakup in the first quarter and change that we've got here. He's directly knocked down 2 passes that looked good for Highland.
5 receivers into the formation this time. Empty backfield for Hymas. Hymas takes the snap, throws it quickly out to the right side on a screen to Kai Callan. Not a whole lot of room to move. He's out of bounds near the 44-yard line. It'll bring up third down. Hey, Joel, got something for us down on the sideline. Let's send it down to Joel Richardson.
Yeah, guys, been on both sidelines now. Looking at both lines as both teams talk about winning in the trenches, I give Highland just a slight advantage in terms of size, height, but man, Coeur d'Alene is fast. Something to watch for as this game progresses. Back to you.
Third down, out of the gun, Hymas. Down he goes, but a penalty flag comes in on the sack. Let's check it. It's either going to be a hold against Highland or a face mask against Coeur d'Alene, as it was thrown right at the spot where Hymas was sacked. And this one is going to be a hold against Highland. Declined, and that will bring up fourth down. Fourth and long for Highland. The defense of Coeur d'Alene has been impressive.
Well, that's not a surprise, right? You know, coming in, we look at, both these defenses, they hold their opponents to a couple of touchdowns each. And you're going to see some ups and downs, but right now you're seeing an up from this Coeur d'Alene defense.
Hymas set to kick it away. He stands at his 21-yard line. Punt away, and a great punt.
Yeah, it was.
Hits at the 28, takes a Highland bounce inside the 15, down at the 14. And I tell you, the kicking game, the punting game rather, for both of these teams has made an impact because field position is big when you've got two great defenses.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Special teams doing their job really comes into play in a game like this, and pushing Coeur d'Alene back to their own 14-yard line to start off with. We saw before when, clear back at the, 4 or 5 yard line on a punt. They're really doing their job.
First down for Coeur d'Alene. From their 14-yard line, Simmons out of the gun, handoff Owens. And Owens stops shy of the 20. Owen Harris. Gain of about 4 on the play, second down and 6 for the Vikings.
And Harris made a really good second effort on that. He was going down and then pushed himself forward for another yard and a half.
Tight formation this time with one receiver out to the left. Play action, Simmons. A little screen pass on the right side and out across the 25. Should be a first down for Coeur d'Alene. The pass complete to number 2. That is Joe Hagel. And the sticks move for the Vikings out to the 28-yard line.
And then really that was courtesy of Jamison Kizar as he went out there, made that block, and I was watching to see if he was going to hold, because that's one of those spots where it's just easy to do. He didn't, just made a good block, let his runner get that first down.
First down for Simmons. Tight formation, play action. Simmons to his left, has a little bit of time, throws it back across his body and out of bounds. Nowhere to go with that one. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, he was being chased down by a couple of Rams. Tyson Beckles was one, as well as Cody Height. And he just smartly threw it out of bounds. That brings up second and 10, though.
Coeur d'Alene will send 4 receivers into the formation, 2 left, 1 right. Harris in the backfield with Simmons. Simmons, play action again, quick throw to the right, and it's complete, but not a whole lot of room, as making the tackle was Kai Callan on Coeur.
And Kizar was there again doing his job. The problem was there was 3 different Highland Rams, and there's only one Jamison Kizar. So he did his job. Just
third and 7 for Coeur d'Alene from their own 31. Trips left for Simmons. Simmons to throw. Here comes the blitz. All kinds of trouble. He just has to throw it up at midfield, and it goes out of bounds as Highland brought the pressure that time, and it got to Simmons, and it'll be fourth down, and the Vikings will have to kick this one away.
Yeah, you immediately see the coaches on the Rams sideline waving in the punt team. And if we do what they did before, even though they're punting from their own 31, they could pin him inside, inside the 15.
So Coeur d'Alene will kick it away from the 18-yard line, and another great kick, fair catch called for and made at the 34. 7:23 to go. Second quarter action tied at 7.
Well, Heartland Ag Systems in Burley has you covered with the application equipment and product support you need to be more productive. With products ranging from water wagons to tanks, Heartland Ag has all you need for spraying and spreading. We're your local Case IH application equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Find out more by visiting our website, www.heartlandag.com. That's Heartland Ag Systems, your local Case IH dealer. Heartland Ag Systems.
Spread formation for Highland on first down. Play action. Hymas to throw. Drops straight back. Has time. Over the middle. It's almost picked off. Should have been intercepted. Stepping in and nearly taking one back to the house was Alex Brown. As Hymas threw into coverage, and Brown was standing right there, that one bounced right off his chest and falls to the ground.
Well, he was standing there next to a teammate as well. I don't know if that had something to do with it, as he had it turned, if they bumped each other. But yeah, he, as they say, wants that one back.
Second down and 10, and a fortunate break for Highland. Bunch formation this time, and now they spread it out, 2 left, 2 right. Familiar formation this time. We've seen it all game long. Play action, design quarterback run, right side. Hymas gets out of one tackle and gets out across the 45 and picks up a first down. He's just a shifty runner because he's not running with a whole lot of power or speed. He's just finding those little lanes, weaving in and out of traffic. And that one moves the sticks for the Rams.
6 foot, 175. He is quick and wiry. And he was touched first after about 5 yards into it. Once he breaks free, there's always green turf in front of him to pick up another 5, 6, 7 yards, and that's exactly what he did.
That was the longest rush of the day for either team, 13 yards on the ground. The next longest rush was also by Hymas, a 10-yarder.
First down. Hymas to throw, going deep down the field. He's got a man with a step, and he delivered a strike to the end zone. Touchdown, Highland. Barella isolated on the far side, got a step, and Hymas delivered a strike. Touchdown, Rams.
53 yards to the end zone. That ball could not have been thrown any more perfectly. Absolutely in stride, running full speed, and that's the only way he got into the end zone. That defender was right on him, pushed him in the end, pushed him across the goal line. But boy, what a pass and catch.
A pretty pass. Strike delivered by Hymas, who's thrown some really good balls today. Puts the Rams out on top. Extra point on the way and is good. And with 6:34 to go before the break, Highland reclaims the lead, 14-7. We'll be back to Holt Arena right after this.
Do you show your Vandal pride? Dave sure does. He proudly dons the silver and gold when he's at work, mowing the yard, and especially on game day.
Hey, can we get 3 tacos?
I got this.
Where did you get that?
You don't have a Vandals debit card?
Don't worry, Dave. You can get your Vandal debit card by visiting p1fcu.org/GoVandals. Go Vandals!
Back here at Holt Arena, Scott Burton alongside Paul Kingsbury, Logan Green, and Joel Richardson down on the field. Highland on a 53-yard strike from Hymas to Barella have taken the lead, 14-7, and they are set to kick it away. They move right to left in front of us, and Coeur d'Alene will try to answer as that kick goes out of the end zone. I mean, out of the end zone. Didn't bounce in the end zone and then roll out. It flew everything. As a matter of fact, if he's going to aim, go for the field. I mean, go for the uprights. Let's see if you can put one through there.
It might have gone through the uprights.
There's a couple of cameras down here behind the end zone as well. He was only about 4 or 5 yards to the left before knocking one of those down. I don't think the coaches would have been too happy about that one.
Those expensive end zone cameras down there.
Coeur d'Alene with 6:34 to go before the break. We'll have it first down at their own 20-yard line. Four receivers in the formation for Simmons. Simmons to throw, looks to his left, fires quickly out in the flat, complete to number 14. That's going to be Kai Wheeler. Kai Wheeler picks up about 12 yards on the play. And the sticks move. Coeur d'Alene will run a little tempo offense here as they get quickly to the line. Line of scrimmage, the 32-yard line. First down, Coeur d'Alene. Bunch formation, one receiver to the left of Simmons. Simmons handoff to number 21. That's going to be Owen Harris, and Harris just not finding a whole lot of room on that short side of the field, the left side. Tackled after a 2-yard gain. It'll be second down.
Now there's a lot of good movement shifting on that defensive side. They're starting there on that left hash. A lot of room on their right side. Keep going back to that right. That's where they've been able to pick up a lot of yards.
Second down and 8. Swing pass out into the flat, complete to number 6 for Coeur d'Alene. That's going to be Evan Williams. He dodges one tackler, but not the second, as Highland rallies to the football. Loss of 1 on the play will bring up third down and 9.
And I didn't catch his number, but the Coeur d'Alene defender had a tough decision to make. He had 2 guys that were coming that he needed to block one of them. He chose the guy on the right, and the guy on the left is the one that made that catch.
Third down, Simmons to throw. Middle screen, set up, complete, and a first down for the Vikings on a fantastic play call. And making the catch and the first down is Shea Robertson.
And Simmons going a little bit Patrick Mahomes there, Scott. Kind of that little sidearm to get that through.
First down from their own 47-yard line of the Vikings. Trips right. Handoff left side. Gain of a couple is all. As Harris runs into a ram wall just shy of midfield as the football now sits at the 49-yard line of the Coeur d'Alene Vikings. The Vikings quickly to the line of scrimmage, second down and 8. Simmons checks the sideline and resets the offense. Simmons talking to his offensive line, and now we're ready. Simmons, handoff. Harris breaks a tackle and gets close to that first down. Owen Harris, nifty little move at about the 50-yard line, planted that left leg and cut it right back up and picks up the first down.
And that was number 7. Tyson Beckles got juked out of his shoes on that move, a little shake and bake.
42-yard line. Bubble screen out to the left and inside the 40 after a short gain goes Kai Wheeler. Highland there defensively. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down from the 39. Highland still using tempo. Harris on the carry. Hit and dropped. Good tackle by Highland. That was Colton George, who leads Highland in tackles with 90 on the season. Makes a big stop there. Gain of maybe 1. It'll bring up third down and 6 from the 38 of Highland. Simmons rolling to his right. Has time to throw, but he's got nobody open. He's going to have to tuck it and make what he can out of it. Gets to about the 35-yard line. Gain of maybe 2 or 3. And it'll bring up fourth down for Coeur d'Alene. 3:19 to go, second quarter.
He had a receiver that was just making some distance from the defender. Evan Williams was heading down. By that time, Simmons was already on the run, couldn't make the throw.
Big play right here for Coeur d'Alene and their offensive unit. Fourth down and 3 from the Highland 35-yard line. Simmons taking his time, gets the call from the sidelines, checks with his offensive line, and we're set and ready to go. Empty backfield for Simmons. And now we're going to have a timeout taken by Coeur d'Alene, and we'll keep it right here.
At Andy's Heating and Cooling, they understand the importance of a fully functioning and efficient air conditioning system. That's why their goal is to provide only the best services coupled with great customer service. Integrity and honesty to every single one of their customers. No matter the system, you can be sure that they can service it. In business since 1972, Andy's Heating and Cooling is a name you can trust. With 100% satisfaction guaranteed, your first call should always be to Andy's Heating and Cooling. serving all of North Idaho since 1972. Thank you from Andy's Heating and Cooling. That was the year you graduated.
Huh? I'm sorry, Sonny, what'd you say? Get off the lawn.
This is the best drive for Simmons so far. He's 4 for 4 on the drive for 29 yards. The best drive of the day offensively, length, right? They had the big play, the 84-yard touchdown pass, but when you look at the offense as a whole, outside of a trick play, this is the best possession drive for Coeur d'Alene.
Well, this is a huge drive for Coeur d'Alene for a couple of reasons. Number one, they've got to answer the touchdown of Highland. Secondly, they are going to get the kickoff to start the second half. And so they're looking at that 2-for-1 right now. Coeur d'Alene, 4th down and 3 from the 35 of Highland. Simmons, bubble screen incomplete on the right side, and the defense for Highland stands up and holds Coeur d'Alene at bay. Turnover on downs.
Well, and after a timeout, you have a miscommunication between receiver and quarterback. That ball was thrown about a yard or two behind the receiver, and he just stood there helpless.
Boy, Coeur d'Alene had a drive going. They picked up some first downs on 3rd down a couple of times on that drive, but when it was 4th and 3 and it mattered, the Highland defense rose to the occasion, and now Highland with some time on the clock and 3 timeouts in their pocket will have it first down from their own 35. They lead it 14-7. Hymas rolling to his right, looking to throw. Plants going deep down the field, and he's got a man wide open down the sideline. Complete and out of bounds to Kai Callan. Callan out of bounds at the Coeur d'Alene 29-yard line.
Boy, Callan, just a junior, 5'9", 165, but what a great wide receiver. What a great asset to have on that Rams offense.
And another pretty pass by Hymas. First down, Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 29-yard line. Hymas to throw again, straight back, has some time, fires over the middle to the 5-yard line. Caught! Making the catch was Barella, who came to a sliding catch right at the 5 and scooped that one up just before it hit the turf. And now, check it, penalty flag in the backfield.
So it doesn't matter anyway.
A great sliding catch by Barella at the 5-yard line is going to be wiped off the board, as holding is the call against Highland. Huge swing in field position on that play. You're either going to have it 1st and goal at the 5 or 1st and 20 from the 39. I like option A better.
Yeah, I'm sure Highland does as well. If you're a Coeur d'Alene fan, you're thinking, well, that worked out well for us.
And that was a huge break for Coeur d'Alene, because Highland would have been knocking on the door, ready to go up 2 scores. And this is a game that you just feel has got to stay within that 1 score. Hymas to throw, flushed out of the pocket, running to his left, nowhere to go, and is forced out of bounds around the 37-yard line.
Not sure if he saw Durham drifting into the end zone there, but he was wide open. Again, that would have been a cross-your-body type throw, difficult to make, but Durham was open in the back towards the end zone.
Getting up a little gingerly for Coeur d'Alene was number 45, Shea Robertson. They can't afford to lose him, but he's out there sticking around. I think he just twisted his ankle a little bit on that pile. Walk it off.
Rub some dirt on it.
That's right. Rub some black rubber pellets from the turf on it.
From the 37-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 18 for the Highland Rams. 2:41 to go before the break. Highland trying to go up by 2 scores if they can convert on this drive, and we've got whistles before the snap. Delay a game against Highland. Highland all of a sudden has thrown the offense in reverse, as 5 more penalty yards will be tacked on, and that'll push the line of scrimmage back to the 42-yard line.
They threw it in reverse while they were driving down the freeway. You know, they weren't stopped. All of a sudden, they're just in a world of hurt.
So from the 42, it's 2nd down and 23 for the Rams. Hymas, a little double reverse. This is Barella trying to look into throw, and he does. Throws it into traffic, and it's knocked away. Dangerous throw. It was intended for Hymas as it was a double reverse, and Barella took that second handoff and tried to fire it to Hymas, and it was knocked away by Coeur d'Alene. And let's send it right down to Joel. Joel, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, really quick. Yeah, this Highland offense is so good at gashing and gashing and gashing. Noticing the Vikings defense, hands on hips. They're tiring, they're huffing and puffing over there as this Highland offense has had the ball for almost seems like half the quarter. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Joel. 3rd down and a mile to go. 3rd and 23 for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 47. Empty backfield, Hymas straight back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, nowhere to go. Tripped up and down he goes at the 37-yard line on a fantastic play by Robertson.
Yeah, and Shea Robertson, we mentioned just a second ago, kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit, and that's exactly why you don't want to lose him on your defense, on your defensive line. He knows where to be. He's got a nose for the football, stays home, and tripped up Hymas and saved a lot of yards and forces a 4th and a long way to go.
4th down and 17 from the Coeur d'Alene 36-yard line.
Going to wind it down, maybe take a timeout.
We are under 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to wind the clock down and take a timeout. So timeout by Highland. We'll keep it here.
Well, Franklin Building Supply is a proud supporter of local student athletes and all of the building professionals in eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello, it's worth the trip. And Bringhurst Family Dentistry, they offer affordable, complete dental care for your whole family. They've been serving Pocatello for over 40 years. New patients are always welcome, and emergency care is available. They'll take care of you and your family. Areas they can help you with include professional teeth whitening, implants, bridges, braces, extractions, and dentures. Scott, Bringhurst Family Dentistry is located at 1175 Call Place, Suite 200, right here in Pocatello. You can also give them a call today, 208-232-1260. That's Bringhurst Family Dentistry.
1:44 to go, second quarter. 14-7 Highland. The Rams have it, 4th down and 17 from the Coeur d'Alene 36-yard line. And they're going to try a field goal. This is going to be a 53-yard field goal. And the kick is on the way. It's got plenty of distance. No good. Wow. That was Eunice, and Eunice's longest field goal up to that point was 31 yards, and they trot him out for a 53-yarder that had plenty of distance, just missed wide left.
Boy, that would have been good, close to 60 had it been on the mark.
I mean, when he hit it, you could hear the contact with the ball. I mean, he nailed that kick just a little bit off to the left, but it would have cleared the crossbar by a couple of yards. Like you said, Paul, maybe push that thing back 7 more yards. He probably still can get it through the crossbars.
Well, a break for Coeur d'Alene on the missed field goal, but unlike the NFL, Coeur d'Alene will take it over 1st and 10 from their 20, not from where they kicked it. So Coeur d'Alene with 1:37 on the clock will try to get something together. This will be Simmons. Simmons across the middle, pass complete, and a big chunk play on 1st down for the Vikings as it was complete to Owen Harris, who's knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Owen did a great job of creating his own space there, going right past the safeties and getting out of bounds.
Gain of 22 on the play, line of scrimmage the 42. Simmons to pass, empty backfield, fires, complete. He's got a man inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 35. Goes Evan Williams. Williams came out of that slot. Nobody from Highland went with him. And the sticks are moving quickly for Coeur d'Alene, 1:23 to go.
We talked about them wanting to get that 2-for-1. They're able to get it back on the missed field goal. Let's see what they can do.
Now from the Highland 35, Coeur d'Alene. Simmons to throw again. Pressure coming, and he has to get rid of it. Applying the pressure for Highland was number 11, Colton George, and he forced Simmons into an early throw.
Simmons had 45 passing yards up until this drive started. He already has 55 on this drive alone.
And a big drive for Coeur d'Alene. Second down from the Highland 35. Trips right for Simmons. Harris, the lone setback. Simmons to throw. Going deep down the field. He's got a man isolated. Did he catch it? He did in traffic. What a grab by Guy Wheeler. Wheeler was blanketed by the defender, and it was a jump ball, and Wheeler comes down with it at the 5-yard line. First and goal, Coeur d'Alene, and quickly to the line go the Vikings. Simmons working out of the shotgun, handoff. Harris, touchdown, Coeur d'Alene. What a drive by the Vikings.
So from 6 yards out, they punch it in, and Scott on that deep pass before, as he was coming down, the official on that side was right on top of it, looking down, and I saw him reaching into his waistband just in case it wasn't a complete catch. It was, and he marked it complete. But here we are, going for that 2 for 1. They've got the 1 so far.
Drive of the game so far. The extra point on the way, it's good. And with 1:03 to play here before the break, Coeur d'Alene put a brilliant drive together to tie this one up at 14.
3 for 3 for 75 yards on the drive. I mean, that drive took 5 plays, or 4 plays, excuse me. The 3 completions and then the rushing touchdown. That was about as easy as they come in terms of a quick no-huddle offense. They needed points. They need them fast. They got it real fast. And if you're Highland, you're saying, hey, if you're going to score, at least do it quickly and let us have another shot at it. And now all of a sudden the Rams are going to have their opportunity here.
Well, Highland's going to have the football with 2 timeouts in their pocket. 1:03 on the clock. So we'll see what happens here for Highland and if they can put something together of their own.
Well, their defense really has to, or their offense, has to step up here and move that football like Coeur d'Alene did. Or just go deep once.
Yeah, you're going to have to test the waters a little bit.
Just go end zone.
I mean, we've seen Highland effective through the air with Hymas, but, if you're Coeur d'Alene, you can't let anything behind you, right?
That's exactly right.
1:03 to go. Tied at 14. Coeur d'Alene kicking it off from their 40, moving left to right. And the kick underway, taken at the 4-yard line by Barella. Barella finding some room on the far side, knocked out of bounds at the 36.
All sorts of flags came in right when he took that little hitch to the sideline. So I'm going to guess a block in the back, and it is. A block in the back on Highland.
Well, and that might change the strategy here in the waning moments of the first half for the Highland Rams.
Yeah, he made a great move to that far sideline, cut up, got a lot of yards out of it, and as soon as he did, you just saw the officials just start throwing the hankies.
And the penalty, a point of infraction foul, will put the line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line. So 57 seconds before the half. Highland with the football in a tie ball game. First down from their own 15-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right of Hymas. And Hymas doesn't like what he sees, or they could not get organized offensively, and Highland burns 1 of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Well, they had a couple to give, or to take. You can't take them with you. So with under a minute to go, why not? All tied up here with this. You're looking back, Coeur d'Alene's got 2 losses on the season. Highland has got 1 to a very good Meridian team who actually got all the way to the semis. Highland beat Meridian in the semis 20-14 just last week. So this 5A has been an interesting animal this year. Like you said in the pregame, I'm not sure how many people that weren't part of the booster clubs for Highland or Coeur d'Alene thought, you know what, I think the championship's going to be Highland Coeur d'Alene. Not a lot, but here they are, the 2 best teams in the land, and they proved it by working their way through the bracket to get here.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they've been impressive on their march. I mean, Highland in the quarters beat Owyhee, and then Highland got the revenge against Meridian to work their way to the state title game. And here they are, 57 seconds. Hymas to throw, out into the flat, complete and out of bounds across the 30, and a first down for Highland. It was complete to Colt Durham.
And as soon as Durham caught that, he turned and immediately looked to the sideline to see how much he could get, but without taking too much time off the clock.
So the clock stops with 52 seconds to go. And from the 31, the Rams will have it first down. Highland moving right to left in front of us. Hymas working out of the gun, play action, straight back, has some pressure, and it's a little screen setup. This one is complete to Kai Callan. Callan trying to find the sideline, does, out of bounds around the 36-yard line. Gain of maybe 5 on the play.
And Barella laid a block out there, and he was very careful to get in front of the defender because it was very close to a block in the back, but he did a really good job of turning his body just enough because the official's right there watching it, but great job by Barella to lay that block.
They'll give him 4 yards on the pass completion. Line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line of Highland. 2nd down and 6. Clock stopped. 43 seconds to go. This will be Hymas to throw. Hymas straight back. Hymas to the sideline and complete and out of bounds at the 40-yard line is going to be Kai Reno.
About a yard short of the first down. It does stop the clock for now.
37 seconds remain as the football moves out to the 40-yard line. You can see the Coeur d'Alene's not going to give up anything over the top. And Highland just taking what the defense gives them at the moment, and if they can work the sidelines, they can afford to do that. They've got 1 timeout. 3rd down and a yard for Highland. So goal number 1 right now is get the first down. Trips left for Hymas. 2 receivers to the right, empty backfield. Hymas straight back to throw. Has time, now flushed out of the pocket to his right. He's in trouble. Hymas cannot get there. He's knocked out of bounds. Shy of the first down, and now decision time for Highland with 30 seconds to go.
He actually lost a couple of yards on that run. That
yes, he did.
Great defense by Coeur d'Alene to sniff out exactly what was happening. He had no one to throw to and no running lane either.
Well, I tell you what, and Logan made this point earlier, if you're going to try to go for it on 4th down, why lose yardage on 3rd down by holding on to the football? Get rid of it.
That's the 2nd time now where he's scrambled over to that. It's that same side of the field, too, where it would have been 3rd and very short, or at least 4th and very short, and now 4th and not so short here, 4th and 4.
Highland will send the punting team on. Hymas to kick it away. From his 25, he's got pressure and gets it away. This one not returned. It takes a Coeur d'Alene bounce and comes dead at the 42-yard line. So the Vikings from their own 42 will have it. 21 seconds to go. Let's see if they take a couple of chances here.
Now, guys, I think what you're looking at with Hymas is he's such a phenomenal running quarterback. I think he's got the confidence to think, you know what, I'm gonna get the sideline and I'm going to get this first down, or I'm going to get positive yards. And going up against, again, a defense like Coeur d'Alene, it hasn't happened. So sure, if you're a passing quarterback, your first thought is get rid of it. If you're a mobile quarterback, your first thought is I can go ahead and get this first down.
Simmons and the Vikings from their own 42-yard line. 4 receivers in the formation, 2 left, 2 right. Simmons working out of the gun, back to pass. Quick, slant dropped, low throw. And it was intended for Williams, but it falls to the turf. Clock stops, 17 seconds to go. Coeur d'Alene has 2 timeouts to use as well.
And Simmons has that throw where he starts in front, comes all the way back, and then throws. And that gives the defense a little bit of time to get there. But he's underthrown 2, 3, 4 passes here so far in the first half.
Trips left, single receiver to the right. Play action. Simmons over the middle. He had a man open and threw it behind him. Incomplete.
Almost a phenomenal one-hand grab by number 6, Evan Williams. I thought he might have pulled it in.
Well, Evan Williams was open, and had he been able to deliver that ball to Evans, it would have been Coeur d'Alene football at the Highland 35.
Heck, if he puts it in front of him and he catches it in stride, he's probably further down the field.
3rd down and 10 from the 42. They're going to hand it off to Owen Harris and just kind of take their medicine and go into the locker room as Harris picks up about 3 on the play as the clock strikes zeros here in the first half. And what a first half it's been. Highland 14, Coeur d'Alene 14. We'll be back with a halftime show from Holt Arena right after this.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Former regional champ and back in training.
That's commitment.
Ow.
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off, obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa.
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
Idaho Sports Nation, Ideal, Idaho's education savings program, is a proud partner of IdahoSports.com and an ideal way to save for college. Did you know it only takes $25 to start an Ideal 529 savings account and you get tax benefits? There is no better time than today to start saving for college expenses for you or for a loved one. Information and a full disclosure statement, including risks, terms, and conditions, can be found online. Please read carefully before investing. idsaves.org. Go save for college and go Idaho student athletes.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news, someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
We do things differently in Idaho.
Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Welcome to the Idaho Launch Halftime Show. Did you know current Idaho high school seniors are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money? Apply today. Idaho Launch, support in every direction. 9:20 till we resume action here at Holt Arena. Scott Burton alongside Paul Kingsbury, Logan Green, and Joel Richardson, our sideline reporter. And boy, we have a dandy. This one was everything we thought it was going to be. We thought it was going to be a defensive battle. We thought it was going to be kind of 3 yards in a cloud of turf. And it has lived up to exactly what we thought. And we are tied at 14 going in. Let's recap the scoring really quickly. Coeur d'Alene got on the board first. Their very first play from scrimmage, they dive into the bag of tricks. And it was an 85-yard halfback pass, Coeur to Wheeler. And it's 7-0 Coeur d'Alene at the 9:59 mark. And then at the 6:17 point of the first quarter, Highland gets on the board. It was Riddle on an 18-yard pass from Hymas, and we're tied at 7. And then we move to the second quarter, and Highland digs into the bag of tricks. A 53-yard pass, Barella on the reception from Hymas, 14-7. And then Coeur d'Alene answers on a really impressive drive at the 103 mark. Harris on a 5-yard run. We're tied at 14, and that's where we are, Paul.
You know, and you look at some comments we got from Highland's head coach on this forum, and he was playing a little Nostradamus coming in. As far as the keys to the game, one, he said, I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. Playing the field position game will be crucial in setting up shorter distances for the offense. Well, it is a very low-scoring affair. And then the kicking game. We've seen that on both sides. You have two of the top scoring defenses in the state, so points will be at a premium. Finishing drives with points, even if it's 3 points, will be huge in determining the outcome. And you saw them try to get that 53-yard field goal, so that's really on their mind, is try to get points from every drive. But it has been the clash of the defensive titans here in the first half, and you've seen the momentum shift from one series to the other, where the offense is playing well, defense not so much. Then the defense is playing well, offense not so much. And then in that second quarter, you really saw everybody kind of gel. And, you know, coming into the second half, the players come out, they've had their orange slices and Capri Suns. They're going to be back on it. They're going to have a renewed sense of what they need to do. They're going to tweak a few things based on what the coaches have seen. And there was a whole line of Coeur d'Alene coaches coming down from the top of the press box. 35 of them, I think.
It's going to be interesting to see what both of these coaches adjust at halftime. Yeah. Highland coach Nick Sorrell realizes that, hey, they've got a lot of motivation. They were upset and bounced in the quarters last year, and they have been using that as motivation, and they've got their hands full with this Coeur d'Alene defense. It'd be interesting to see what the adjustments are, because Coeur d'Alene has really shut down the run game of the Highland Rams, and that has been one of the best ground attacks in the entire state at any level. And meanwhile, for Coeur d'Alene, under longtime coach Sean Amos, 27 years at the helm for Sean Amos, you know, they have done what they wanted to do on the defensive side of the football. Now they've got to figure out, how are they going to sustain those drives? How are they going to put some points on the board? And so the adjustments that both of these coaches are going to make are going to be interesting. And, you know, the stat line, it's going to be about sustaining drives, moving the sticks, staying ahead of the sticks, and then getting points whenever you can. And like you mentioned, we saw Eunice almost nail a 53-yard field goal that had plenty of distance, just missed off to the left. And that could have been a huge swing in this game because points are a premium. And speaking of all the numbers, let's throw it over to Logan Green, who's got the first half stats.
Yeah, kind of eerie how similar these two teams are at an overarching level. 218 yards through the air for Highland, 204 yards through the air for Coeur d'Alene. As for the ground game, very low on both sides, 39 yards rushing for Highland, 37 yards for Coeur d'Alene. Let's look at the Highland stats. Drew Hymas at the half, 15 for 18 with 218 yards and a touchdown. As far as the receiving for Highland, Jackson Riddle had 3 receptions for 32 yards. Kai Callan had 4 receptions for 71 yards. Colt Durham, he had 2 receptions for 28 yards. Reno, he had 4 receptions for 32 yards. And then Ridge Barella, he had the 1 reception for 53 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, the Highland Rams were led by their quarterback, Hymas. He rushed for 8 times for 29 yards. Riddle rushed 7 times for just 6 yards, less than a yard per carry for the main back for the Rams. Coeur d'Alene, that touchdown pass to start the game was thrown by Coeur. 84 yards to open it up on a trick play, 84 yards for him through the air. We go to the main quarterback for the Vikings again, Caden Simmons. He led the way, 10 for 14 through the air for 120 yards. Receiving for Coeur d'Alene, Kai Wheeler, he had 3 receptions for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Coeur, he had 7 receiving yards on just 2 receptions. Hagel had 1 reception for 10 yards. Then Simmons had a 12-yard reception. And then, going down my list here, Williams, he had 2 receptions for 22 yards. Number 45, Shea Robertson, a name you don't hear on the offensive side. He had 1 reception for 14 yards. And then finally, the running back, Owen Harris, had 1 reception for 21 yards. Rushing the ball, the main guy in the backfield, number 21, Owen Harris, he had 10 carries for 34 yards, 3.4 yards per carry, and 1 touchdown. And the quarterback kept it 1 time for 3 yards. And that is your first half statistics report.
Crackpot statistician Logan Green.
He is a crackpot.
He is a crackpot. And great job on the numbers there, Logan. It's, when you break things down, I'm a huge numbers guy, and to find out kind of where the strengths and the weaknesses are, the number that obviously jumps out to you is Jackson Riddle and the rushing yards, because he is a guy that has just been everything for Highland, over 1,300 yards on the season with 12 touchdowns, held to 6 yards.
4 of those rushes, 7 carries, 6 yards, 4 of them for loss. He lost 3 yards on his first carry, -1 on his second carry, 4 yards on his third, another negative loss, then 5, 1, and -1. Just 5 yards rushing. That's his longest rush of the day. Only 3 rushes for positive yards, and only 2 of them for more than 1 yard.
Well, credit to head coach Sean Amos and his coaching staff for having the ability to shut that down, because that is something that really nobody's been able to do, Paul, is to control that Highland running game.
No, and you're absolutely right. If you would have, beginning of the game, said, okay, at halftime, Riddle's going to have 6 yards. What do you think the score is going to be? And everybody would have said, boy, Coeur d'Alene up by 2 or 3 touchdowns. But no. Good news for Highland is, sure, they've got Riddle with 6, but it's a tie game. They're basically starting at zeros here in the second half. Brand new game here in the second half. They can essentially start over. And here comes Highland on the field, renewed. And you have to wonder, are they going to keep doing what's been working, or do you try and start the second half going back to Riddle, see if that defense, if they can find a hole in that defense and get Riddle, into a groove? Because if Highland is tied up with Riddle with 6 yards, what happens when Riddle breaks free for 100 yards here in the second half? It could be a completely different ball game.
Well, yeah, and Highland still has to find a way to run the football. They still have got to find the way to get Riddle going on the ground. I mean, Hymas has done a great job through the air. He has thrown some pretty passes, and some strikes, but they're not going to be able to ride that wave through the second half. They have got to find a way to get yards on the ground if you're the Highland Rams. And if you're Coeur d'Alene, you're going to have to make some defensive adjustments because that Coach Sorrell is in there drawing something up to get the ball going on the ground. What's Coeur d'Alene going to do defensively to combat that? And then on the offensive side, like we mentioned, what is Coeur d'Alene going to do to move the football themselves? I mean, Owen Harris has been kind of the bell cow in the backfield, but really it's been Simmons trying to fling that ball around, and he's missed some open receivers. They could be a little bit more effective than they have been offensively, so that's why the chess match is so interesting coming out of the locker room.
And I was going to bring up Simmons. He had a couple of passes there late in that second quarter where he completes them. They could have gotten that 2-for-1 that we talked about as they'll be receiving the kickoff, but he was off on 2 or 3 passes, and that happens. We're not saying he is a stud at quarterback. However, coming in the second half, it's a state title game. You've got to be crisp. You don't have any more time this season to say, okay, well, we'll learn from that one and come back next week. There is no next week. Next week is winter sports. Well, it's Thanksgiving, but after that, it's winter sports.
That is correct, and then every play matters. Well,
yes.
That was the Idaho Launch halftime show, and we are set for action here, tied at 14. Coeur d'Alene will get the football to start the second half. So just to kind of set it up in your mind's eye, Coeur d'Alene will move from left to right in front of us in their white tops, blue pants, blue helmets, and Highland in their all black uniforms with red numbers will kick it off moving right to left.
You talk about head coach Sean Amos being around a long time, 27th season. Well, sure, Nick Sorrell, it's his second season, but he spent 18 years on the coaching staff. Gino was there forever, and now Nick got his chance, and Coach Sorrell doing a great job, obviously.
Eunice kicks it off, and this time it's going to get returned by Coeur d'Alene, taking it at the 5-yard line and getting it out across the 16 is Colby Cooey. And it'll be first down for Coeur d'Alene at the 16-yard line.
Landon Saunders actually stayed on the ground a little bit, rubbing that left thigh. He pops up, goes to the sideline. What we saw yesterday in those two games, late in the second half, there was actually a lot of cramping going on. It's fairly warm here in Holt Arena, and there were more cramps yesterday than I thought there would be.
First down from the 17-yard line, tight formation, bunch formation for Coeur d'Alene coming out of the locker room, and they're going to hand it off right away in a big hole and a lot of room to run for Harris out across the 30 to the 34.
And Harris was just moving the defense with his offhand as he went through, brushing them to the right, brushing them to the left, opening up a huge hole for himself. He doesn't need blockers. His left hand is his blocker, gets all the way up to about the 34-yard line.
So first down for Coeur d'Alene. Line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line. Same formation. This time Simmons will throw. Has all kinds of time. He's got a man deep down the field, open at the 40-yard line, and out of bounds he goes. And a chunk play for the Vikings on the pass completion. Simmons to Hagel.
And you saw Kazar kind of slowly jogging to the left, and as soon as he got to the line, sprint. And that kind of caught the defense's eye to key on him. Meanwhile, the receiver gets between everybody in a big gain.
First down from the 33, and Highland having nothing on that run as Harris gets swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah, and on that, well, I guess on the stats it's a tackle, but it was an absolutely devastating move by Beckles. He just wrapped him up, loss of 2.
Second down and 12 from the 35-yard line of Highland. Coeur d'Alene on the opening drive. Simmons looks to his left, nowhere to go. Flushed out to his right, and we're going to have a penalty flag on the pass. An interference coming against Highland as Harris was the secondary receiver, and closing in on him was Kai Callan. And apparently he got there a little bit before the football, and there's a lot of debate going on as to whether that was the right call.
Well, the pass was out in front. I don't think he was going to catch it, but he did get hit from behind as before the ball hit. So the official right there on the spot.
It was the right call. I mean, he hit him from behind. He made contact with the receiver that was in the vicinity of the ball. Did he need to do it? Absolutely not. I don't think it at all changes the result of the play. Not a smart penalty.
First down and 10 from the 20. Simmons, quick slant. He's got his man inside the 10 to the 5. That is Hagel, and it'll be first down and goal. Coeur d'Alene here on the opening drive of the second half.
And that middle of the field has been wide open for Coeur d'Alene on this drive, and you saw Hagel right there. Turn, plant, lift up both hands for a target, kind of shot the flare gun up, and Simmons hitting.
First and goal from the 5. Simmons gets the offense set. Works out of the gun. Handoff, sweep, right side to the end zone. Touchdown Harris. Another 5-yard touchdown run from Owen Harris, and Coeur d'Alene back out on top.
And Harris coming to the near side of the field. That wasn't an easy run for him. He made a lot of contact all the way through it because it was a 5 yards vertical, but it was probably about a 25-yard horizontal play as he ran all the way to the sideline and used as much of the field as he could to get through that Highland defense.
And Highland takes the lead. And the extra point is up and good by Jason Cady. And with 10:23 to go, Highland on top 21-14.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
No, you don't.
Back here at Holt Arena, 21-14, Coeur d'Alene on top of Highland. Coeur d'Alene taking the opening kickoff in the second half and marching right down the field, capping it off is Harris on a 5-yard touchdown run, and Coeur d'Alene will kick it off to Highland.
Pull a Brandon.
Impressive drive from Coeur d'Alene to start the second half. And the kick will be taken by Highland at the 4-yard line. This is Barella on the return, out across the 25. And Highland will have their opening possession here in the third quarter.
And on the sideline, Joel, he's got a little something to say. If we can get Joel on the sideline. Coming up right now, if Logan's around. All right.
Well, we'll get right back to Joel here as Highland sends the offense out onto the field. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right. Hymas to throw, complete to the tight end out across the 35. That's Kai Reno getting a lot of action here in the ball game.
Yeah, he's got 40 yards receiving today. He's actually the leading receiver right now outside of Kai Callan.
So from the 36, Highland will have it second down after the 8-yard pass completion to Reno. 4 receivers in the formation for Highland. Hymas to throw, straight back. He's got a man, delivers a strike. A pretty pass up to the 49 to Barella.
And that's a strong left hand by the defender for Coeur d'Alene, number 20, Walmsley, as he just held on with that left hand and brought him down while he was actually on the turf.
A nice throw by Hymas as he had to throw it over the top of the first wave of defenders to drop it in to the bucket for Barella. So now from the 49-yard line, Highland will have it first down. Trips right. Hymas rolling to his right. Stops, fires, complete to the 45-yard line. And making the catch, number 12, that's going to be Lana Albarico.
And that was number 5 on the tackle, Jason Cady. Yes, also a good PAT kicker.
5-yard pass completion for Highland. Highland trying to answer the impressive opening drive by Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah.
Second down for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 46. This is a quarterback draw. Hymas trying to dance around and find some room, and he does some nifty running as he gets inside the 40 to the 39, and that is enough to move the sticks for the Highland Rams.
Oh, he does have some good moves in there. He's got that good lateral movement. He can kind of juke them out, comes back to the left, got the first down, plus an extra couple.
You know, he does a good job, and we talked a little bit about this in the first half, is how he just picks his way through traffic and is very effective that way for Highland. Just gives them another weapon on the ground, especially since Coeur d'Alene has shut down Riddle. First down for Highland from the 39, and they'll hand it off to Riddle. Riddle tries to bounce it to the outside, cuts it back up, and gets to the 35-yard line, gain of 4. It'll be second down for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 35.
Finally in double-digit rushing now is Riddle. It only took 3.5 or 2.5 quarters for him to get there, which is, I guarantee I don't have the full season stats like that up here, but I would imagine that's never happened here before for them.
So Highland, second down and 6 from the Coeur d'Alene 35-yard line. 4 receivers in the formation for Hymas. Hymas straight back to throw. Going up top into traffic. It's incomplete. He was looking for Kai Callan. Callan looking for a flag, and he's not going to get it.
Well, there's about 4,000 people looking for a flag, and I don't think any of them are going to find it.
I don't think so, as Callan was double covered down the sideline on the left side of the field. Coeur d'Alene did a great job of not committing the penalty.
And I can see their argument. There was contact, but Callan had to stop. He had to stop and come back to the ball, and you can't stop and come back through a defender. That defender has the right to be there, and you can't go through him like Callan tried to do. Just contact, but it's part of the play.
And the crowd is fired up on the far side for Highland. Highland third down. Hymas to throw, and he underthrows his receiver. The ball hits the turf. He was looking for Durham, and that'll bring up a fourth down for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 35-yard line. Obviously 4-down territory for the Rams.
I think they should allow that one hop on a pass.
If it gets
This would be a 52-yard field goal from this point, but they're going to keep the offense on the field. Highland from the 35 of Coeur d'Alene on fourth down. Hymas trying to go up top again. Complete, Kai Callan. Hymas dropped it in the bucket again as Kai Callan gets to the 3-yard line.
And Katie couldn't have played that better on defense. And then he just got a little piggyback ride for the last 3 yards inside the 5-yard line at the 3 for Highland.
Boy, on fourth down, what a huge play for Highland as Hymas delivers another strike and Callan makes a fantastic play. As like you said, Katie had him blanketed, but the playmaker for the Rams gives Highland first and goal from the 3.
Now over 100 yards receiving for Callan on the day on that reception.
This will be Hymas calling his own number to the end zone. Touchdown. 3-yard run for Hymas, and the Rams are an extra point away from tying it up.
Back and forth we go. What a fun game. And now that penalty that Highland wanted really doesn't matter.
No, everybody can calm down now.
That's right. Now after this PAT, sideline reporter extraordinaire Joel is chomping at the bit down there.
And the extra point is up and good, and we are tied. 6:27 to go here in the third quarter. It's Highland 21, Coeur d'Alene 21. Let's send it down to Joel.
Yeah, guys, when both these teams came out at halftime, there was a little more intensity than we saw in the first half. Also, both sidelines, everyone's standing up. There's no sitting down. A lot of times after a drive, the team will sit down, talk to their coach. There is very little sitting on both sidelines. Much more intense in the second half, as we've seen 2 scores in the last 6 minutes. Back to you.
Yeah, a little bit more intense as there's a little bit more sense of urgency. 1 half to play, tied at halftime. It's going to be about the playmakers. It's going to be about the little things in this second half that's going to decide who hoists the state championship trophy here at the end of this one. And Coeur d'Alene came out with a great drive, and Highland just answered. So the Rams will kick it off to the Vikings. And Eunice has his kick go into the end zone. There will be no return. And Coeur d'Alene will have it 1st and 10, 6:27 to go here in the third.
Franklin Building Supply is a proud supporter of local student athletes and all of the building professionals in Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success. From start to finish, Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello, it's worth the trip.
From the 20-yard line, the Coeur d'Alene Vikings with their second possession here in the second half. They marched down and scored on their first. Let's see what they do here with this one. 4 receivers into the formation for Simmons. Simmons play action, quick pass out to the right. It is complete to number 3 for Coeur d'Alene. That's going to be Coeur. Coeur's been busy today. He's up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Coeur d'Alene.
You know, and if Coeur d'Alene talked about it at halftime, one thing I think they exposed was that Highland defense. They're not very good at the quick no-huddle offense. Coeur d'Alene was able to really march down the field on them really effectively. So I would look to see Coeur d'Alene really getting back that line of scrimmage in a hurry in the second half.
Same formation on 2nd and 1, and this time Harris falls forward. He needed 1, got 1.5, and the sticks move for the Vikings. 1st down.
And, of course, Highland could have made that adjustment at halftime and said, listen, if they come back in a hurry-up offense, here's what we do. It's a chess game, Scott.
It really is.
And we're playing checkers.
1st down, Coeur d'Alene from their own 30. Play action, Simmons tries to hit the quick slant. It's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
All he was missing was the Dikembe Mutombi little finger wag.
That's Markel Bowens that got in there and knocked it down for Highland.
Mutombo Dikembe. I completely mashed that.
You really did. Your idea was solid.
Thank you.
Execution, not so much.
As it came out, my brain went, Paul, that was not right. I mean, all the words were there.
They're all jarbled.
Spliced.
Spread formation for the Vikings on 2nd down and 10. They'll hand it off to Harris, who gets about maybe 3 yards up to the 33-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Coeur d'Alene.
Most of the young people at home going, who? Could have gotten away with it anyway.
4 receivers into the formation on 3rd and 7 for Coeur d'Alene. Simmons straight back to throw, steps up under pressure. He's still alive, flings it down the field, and it's caught at the 45. What a play by Simmons to keep that one alive. As coming away is Coeur with the reception, and the sticks move for the Vikings.
And Simmons had so much to think about. He had 3 defenders coming at it from different directions. He had receivers downfield to get to, and he pulled it off.
Great play by Simmons to keep the drive alive for Coeur d'Alene, up to the 46. Simmons again, play action, flushed out of the pocket, moving to his right. Fires a sidearm strike complete, but only for about a yard gain on the play, as it was complete to Williams. Gain of 1.
And we talked about during halftime of Simmons needing to hit, complete those passes, and he comes out kind of with a renewed focus, it looks like.
2nd down and 9 for Coeur d'Alene. 4 receivers. Trips left, middle screen set up. Coeur d'Alene trying to find some room, breaking 1 tackle. I think that ball came out. It was complete on the screen to Myers, and Myers broke 1 tackle, got hit from behind and fumbled it at midfield, and Highland comes away with it.
I think he was trying to pick up as much yardage as he could and just lost control of the football. Of course, Highland in there biting, scratching, fighting, punching, pulling, and they end up getting it back. And I'm getting a back rub, and I'm just going to take a nap now.
And for the record, it is not me.
Magic Fingers Burton is what we call him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lance Taylor in the booth. He's on the call for the 3A game coming up.
That's right. He and I are going to tackle the Sugar Teton game, that one coming up next. But first, we have got a thriller here at Holt. Following the turnover, Highland will have it first down from their own 49-yard line. Trips left for Hymas. Barella in motion left to right.
Good.
Little read option. Hymas fakes it to Riddle, keeps it, and then gets tripped up on that far side after a gain of 4 or 5. Let's see where they mark it. Coming in and making the tackle for Coeur d'Alene was Coeur. And they'll give Hymas 5. And the ball moves into Coeur d'Alene territory at the Viking 46-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Highland. 3:46 to play here in the third quarter, tied at 21.
And Riddle wasn't quite in place to make the block that he needed to make to get Hymas that route on the sideline. And still they picked up 5 yards. I mean, it's just that good of a run game.
Trips left for Hymas, empty backfield. Hymas back to throw, straight back, crossing route, complete at the 45, well short of the first down, as it was complete to the big tight end, Kai Reno. And on coverage and making a great play was Parker Neff.
And the side judge spotted it one place, and then it was actually spotted about 2 feet backwards towards Highland.
So the line of scrimmage, the Coeur d'Alene 45. Highland facing a 3rd down and 4. Hymas, play action, rolling to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got the first down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line.
Boy, just you can't say enough about this football player. He gets up now, trying to get his jersey out of his shoulder pads. But again, it's just something tough to defend. You know it's there. They've been preparing for it all week. You know they know it's coming. It's just so hard to stop.
And limping off the field for Highland, big number 79, Bryant Kelly. As Highland's going to have to send in a replacement for him. He got up a little bit slow, and coming in to take his place is Gage Johnson. So first down for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 36-yard line. Hymas empty backfield, back to throw, has time, over the middle, complete, gain of 13 as it finds the arms of Riddle.
And Riddle did a good job of running that route, stopping, and then clearing just enough room for his quarterback to get him the football, knowing that defender was going to tackle him immediately.
First down for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 23-yard line. The first half dominated by the defense. To start the second half, dominated by the offense. First down for Highland. Hymas, swing pass, right side, complete. Riddle makes the first man miss, and now he's inside the 20 down to the 18. And a nifty move by Riddle, as that thing could have been blown up for a loss. But Riddle, with the nifty move, quick feet, makes something out of nothing and gets down inside the 20 to the 18.
Yeah, picked up about 6 yards on that play. So even when things seem to be going wrong for Highland on this drive, they go right. Literally, he went to the right side.
Yeah, well played.
Thank you.
Approaching a minute to go here in the third, a quarter that really kind of has flown by. Long, sustained drives by both teams, tied at 21. Highland knocking on the door, 2nd and 5. Hymas to throw, looks to his left, flushed out to his right. He's under pressure, but he's got some room on the right side. Gets the first down out of bounds inside the 10, but a penalty flag on the play, and it's in the backfield of Highland. Holding is the call against the Rams, and that will take the first down run by Hymas off the board and march Highland back 10 yards.
And that's on Austin Barlow, 6'5", 270 lineman. As soon as that flag came down, he immediately started pleading his case to the White Hat. Apparently, he does not have a future as an attorney. He did not change the judge's mind.
Following the penalty is 2nd down
So it's a spot foul, point of infraction foul. They push the line of scrimmage back to the 28-yard line. Highland has it. Second down. And 15.
First game?
Apparently.
I remember my first one. It's all right.
Gee whiz. Yeah, no kidding, right? 34 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Highland.
My phone rang in the first quarter. So.
Oh, did it? Okay. I don't feel so bad.
No, it's your tiny shoe. Sorry, Logan.
There's some Sugar Salem fans that have started making their way in, and they're sitting here on the Coeur d'Alene side, so they're giving it the appearance of more blue here, and
that's true,
making it look more Coeur d'Alene than it might actually be. But the Vikings did travel well no matter what.
Yeah, great crowd on hand here at Holt Arena. There's not a whole lot of empty seats in the entire building. Second down and 15. Hymas to throw, straight back. Looking over the middle, flushed out of the pocket, steps up, and now he's on the run. Inside the 25, inside the 20, picks up a block, inside the 15, and out of bounds near the 14. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down, but a nice gain for Hymas.
So he needed 15, and he picked up 14. Not bad.
And that's what Hymas has been doing all game long for Highland, is keeping plays alive with his legs. He's delivered some strikes through the air, but he certainly has been the go-to guy for this Highland offense since Coeur d'Alene has found the recipe to shut down Jackson Riddle. Third down and a yard for Highland from the Coeur d'Alene 14-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. Option play right. Pitch. First down. Riddle inside the 10. Touchdown Highland. 15-yard run by Riddle. And Highland back out on top.
Again, back and forth we go. Riddle picking up yards. Logan, that's got to be one of the biggest run plays he's had.
Yeah, it's his longest run of the game. He had 15 yards up before that play, gets a 14-yard run like right there, literally just about doubles his rushing yards on the day on that one option pitch, takes it to the house, touchdown Highland.
And in that third quarter, as we're winding it down with 29 seconds to go, there has not been a defensive stop here in this quarter.
There was a turnover. The turnover that led to a touchdown.
Correct, correct. And the extra point is up and good. Highland back out on top. 29 seconds to go, 28-21. Rams on top.
Well, Joel said he was ready. I think he's playing Wordle right now. Oh, he's going to go with the quarter. Yeah, he's no Aaron Andrews, but he's still a nice guy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's still, he's still a sweet fella.
We'll keep him. Keep him.
Yeah, the sideline reporter certainly gives an interesting element to the game.
And that drive, much more different than all the other drives before that for Highland. Only 14 yards through the air on that drive. And then on the ground, the quarterback, Hymas, he had 27 yards on the ground, adding on the 14-yard rush, the touchdown run there from Riddle. And it was a mostly on-the-ground possession, which we have not seen at all from Highland all day.
Well, we talked about that at halftime, and Highland was going to have to find a way to move the football on the ground, and they did it with the legs of Hymas. And now the kick goes into the end zone. Coeur d'Alene will have it first down with 29 seconds to go here in the third.
He does have 66 yards on the ground today, Hymas.
Well, at Super One Foods, compromise is not an option. We set the standard. Number one, we have lower prices. And number two, we make your dollar stretch further. Visit any Super One Foods in Rathdrum, Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Sandpoint, or Bonners Ferry, and you'll see we set the standard at Super One Foods. Go Vikings!
First and 10, Coeur d'Alene. Waning moments here of the third. The Vikings have it at their own 20. Handoff, Harris, left side, nowhere to go, right into the arms of number 19, Simon Gifford. No gain on the play.
Gifford in there first, coming up, Beckles as well.
Yeah, Beckles and Gifford combined. Second and 10. Trips left for Simmons. Simmons to throw. Looks to his right. And boy, throws it away as covered well. Was number 9 for Coeur d'Alene. That's going to be Kisler. He did not even have an opening, and an errant throw at that point could have been a pick six, but it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 as the quarter expires. And this one has been a good one. 28-21 Highland after 3. And we'll take a quick break and be right back to Holt after this.
Do you show your Vandal pride? Dave sure does. He proudly dons the silver and gold when he's at work, mowing the yard, and especially on game day.
Hey, can we get 3 tacos? I got this.
Where did you get that?
You don't have a Vandals debit card?
Don't worry, Dave. You can get your Vandal debit card by visiting p1fcu.org/GoVandals. Go Vandals!
Headed to the 4th quarter of play, 28-21 Highland. Let's go down to the sidelines and Joel. Joel, what do you got for us?
Yeah, guys, as we start this 4th quarter, on those last few drives for both teams, methodical drives, I would say, but the difference for Highland, where they were getting a few more blocks, a couple pancakes down there. One ended up coming back as a hold, but really the difference was a few more blocks for Highland. Digging in those trenches was the difference for that score. Back to you.
3rd down and 10. Simmons got a man deep down the middle of the field. It is complete, and we're off to the races. It's going to be Hagel. Hagel out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It was 3rd down and 10. Simmons found Hagel streaking right down the middle of the field and delivered a strike. 1st and goal, Coeur d'Alene.
75-yard run on that reception. You said all the way to the 5-yard line. That's not a bad way to get down the field in a hurry.
And that's what Coeur d'Alene has done, as they have answered in a hurry. We're going to have flags before the snap, as we had half of the Coeur d'Alene Viking offensive line moving before the snap. But, you know, this is what Coeur d'Alene has done.
Yeah.
Is they have gotten a lot of chunk plays to keep themselves in it. They have answered every call. It has been punch and counterpunch this entire game, as neither team is able to separate themselves from each other. But Coeur d'Alene has really had some success on the long pass plays.
Yes, yes. And then the second half, they've become immensely important, and Simmons has delivered.
1st and goal, Coeur d'Alene from the Highland 10. Simmons, jump ball into the end zone, incomplete, a lot of contact, and here comes the flag.
And the defender wasn't even trying, and at that point, he knew he was going to get the call, but he'd rather give up the penalty than a touchdown.
Yeah, Kai Wheeler had one-on-one coverage here on the left side, which is the short side of the field. And Simmons just threw it up to Wheeler trying to make a play, and he was mugged in the corner of the end zone. Penalty against Highland.
The defender never turned around.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
turn your head, even just turning it, you're going to get a little more hesitation in the official. But when you do not turn your head and you have any sort of contact, any pushback, you're going to get called every time.
Well, after all of that, we're back to 1st and goal at the 5. So you wipe out the false start, you wipe out the pass interference.
Never happened.
Right where we started. 1st and goal from the 5. Handoff, Harris cuts it up the field, maybe a yard on the play, collapsing the interior defense of Highland, led by Hudson John and Justice Harding.
What a great 4th quarter. You know, and get the feeling that if anyone goes up by more than one score, it's done.
You do get that feeling. Even though both offenses have been effective here in the second half, you just have not gotten any breathing room from either of these teams. 2nd down and goal from the 4. Quick slant to the end zone, knocked away. Great defensive play by Highland, and that's going to be Colton George, I believe, that got his hand on the slant. And it brings up 3rd and goal.
And Simmons got that ball in. He threw a rocket. And it just, I think the defender kind of got in front of that receiver, but it did. It bounced right off of his shoulder pads. Was that number 3, Cooey? The receiver.
Yep, Coeur.
They've got that. It looks like he's taped up to his number.
3rd down and goal for Coeur d'Alene at the Highland 4. Simmons out of the gun. Looks to his left. Jump ball, corner of the end zone, incomplete.
There it is.
There's the flag again. Same play. They tried to get it to Kai Wheeler, and another pass interference call against Highland.
Well, that was even more egregious than the first one. And coming back, Beckles is saying, what? What? But he actually grabbed the shoulder pads and flipped the receiver around.
It's been Carlson down there. He's only 5'9". I can't say only as from coming from a guy that's 5'8". But Wheeler has got some size on him, and he's doing all he can, Carlson, to stop him down there.
3rd down and goal after they mark the penalty. Yards off, and I'm not sure that ball didn't come out.
Highland's got it.
Unbelievable fumble by Coeur d'Alene inside the 5-yard line. Highland comes away with it.
Like we said, turnovers are going to be so important, and especially when you're inside the 5-yard line, ready to score, you turn it over to Highland. Now, this isn't paradise for Highland by any stretch. They're at the 1 yard, their own one. A lot of bad things can happen.
That is the second turnover, second fumble here in the second half by Coeur d'Alene.
At the 1 yard line. Now, if you're Coeur d'Alene, do you go back and say, man, I wish that we didn't have a pass interference there and we kicked a field goal?
Right.
If you're Highland, you say, hey, well, we planned it that way. We knew we'd get a fumble recovery.
Coeur d'Alene a yard away from potentially tying this, fumble it away. Highland's got it at their own 1. Inside handoff goes nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage is Highland. On the carry for the Rams was Tyson Beckles.
And Shea Robertson again getting up a little bit gingerly on that ankle.
They're going to give Beckles a yard on the carry, line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line.
If Coeur d'Alene holds and forces a punt, they're going to be in great field position. However, Highland, they can just open up with a big play at any point.
Highland working out of the shadows of their own goalpost. 2nd and 9 from the 2. Play action for Hymas. Hymas looks out to his right, overshoots a receiver who had a step at the 35. It was Barella again. Barella has had a big day for the Rams as he has been behind the defense on multiple occasions, and that time right there is one of the very few times that Hymas hasn't delivered a strike.
Well, Barella, you saw as he's running, I think he was going to get under it. He kind of lost his footing, tripped up a little bit, staying on his feet, but it slowed him down just enough that he couldn't get under that football.
And here comes a huge 3rd down for this Coeur d'Alene defense.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Barella, he had the 53-yard touchdown reception in the first half. If he gets any sort of separation, he's going to take advantage. The ball just needs to be there, and it wasn't that time.
2 receivers left, 2 right for Hymas. Hymas out of the gun, standing 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Handoff Riddle. Riddle's got a hole left side, and that shut down in a hurry. And good thing for Coeur d'Alene because Riddle had some room. Making the shoestring tackle for the Vikings was number 25, Nolan Christ. As Riddle looked like he had some room on that left side, but he's tackled 2 yards shy of the first down, and Highland will have to kick it away.
And another big defensive play by Christ. He had a lot of important tackles in that first half. It might be the first time we've called him in the second, but that was a huge one, bringing up 4th down for Highland.
Hyma stands 5 yards deep in his own end zone, ready to kick it away to Coeur d'Alene. And this one, not returned. It bounces at the 49, takes a Highland roll inside the 30 as the Highland defenders are acting like what? They're curlers now all of a sudden.
Yeah, right.
Trying to fan that ball down the field, and it's finally touched down at the 27-yard line, and that could not have worked out any better for Highland because they were in danger of flopping the field position right back to Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, that ball landed on their side of the field, and you saw the Coeur d'Alene fans yelling at their guys on the field saying, go get it, what are you doing, what are you doing?
It went back 17 yards after it hit the ground. It's a mental lapse right there.
And and if you're on the return team for either one of these teams, I mean, that is 17 yards that makes a huge difference. So here comes Coeur d'Alene. The possession after they fumbled at the 1. And nowhere to go on this running play left side is Harris.
Boy, not much of it. They're going to say no gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. That play was kind of blown up from the start and really nowhere to go. Oh, and they actually lost a little bit.
Under 9 to go here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 11. Simmons out of the gun, rolling to his right. Fires, complete over the middle. It's caught. Breaking a tackle and off to the races. Inside the 20. And what a pass and catch from Coeur d'Alene, Simmons. And Kizar, beg your pardon. And we have not called his name very often as he has been bottled up by this Highland Ram defense as Kizar caught the ball near midfield, bounced off a Highland defender, and Kizar was off to the races before being brought down, and we've got an injured player.
Yeah, the defender he bounced off was Kai Callan, and he has been face down at the 40 as soon as that play happened. I don't know if, well, obviously we won't speculate, but he is still laying down, face down, with the medical folks here coming out to assist.
And when Kizar caught that, there was a collision as there were 2 Highland Ram defenders in the area. Kizar caught it, and then everybody sort of collided, and taking the brunt of that was Kai Callan.
Now he rolls to his back at the 40. That's fantastic news as far as I'm concerned, as he was on his stomach from the time that football was caught until touchdown till now. Now we see movement, and now they're going to help him up.
And it looks like he just got his bell rung quite a bit. And that's unfortunate for Highland, as Callan has been an important cog in this Ram machine.
They're going to help him up, but I would not expect to see him coming back.
That
might be a play where they, give us your helmet. Give us your helmet.
And that was a play. I thought Callan was going to absolutely blow up the play. I thought he was going to come in there and just plow through and force an incompletion there. It doesn't do so, and that's a big pickup. That was 54 yards through the air, the first reception of the day
for Kizar. And I tell you, it's those chunk plays through the air that's keeping Coeur d'Alene in it. And there's another one. First down, Coeur d'Alene from the Highland 15-yard line. Handoff, Harris, left side sweep, short side of the field. Highland all over that one, loss of 1 on the play. That's going to be Simon Gifford with the tackle, and a little bit of help from Bagley. 2nd down and 11 for Coeur d'Alene from the 16-yard line of Highland. And the last time the Vikings were down here, it was a nightmare. They fumbled it at the 1-yard line. Here they are with another chance to go in and tie it up. Simmons rolling to his right, fires complete at the 10 and out of bounds. Complete to number 45. That's going to be Shea Robertson.
Training staff giving the prescribed tests down there on the sidelines to Callan. I would be shocked as a dad who has had kids with multiple bad concussions. You just hate to see it.
Yeah. 3rd down and 5 for Coeur d'Alene from the 10-yard line. Simmons. Hands up. Harris cuts it back across the green to the goal line. Touchdown, Coeur d'Alene. What a run by Harris.
And the defender just in front of the goal line. He lowered that shoulder, bowled him over. There was no stopping him to get into the end zone. And now we're looking for possibly a tie ball game with just 7.5 left. Say overtime?
Overtime.
That was a truck stick hit at the goal line. Absolutely lowered the shoulder and plowed through the defender.
And that was a great effort by Harris. The play was designed to go to the right. It got shut down. He planted, cut it right back up the middle, and found the end zone. The extra point is good, and we are tied again. 7:28 to go in the ball game. 28 all. Let's send it down to Joel on the sideline. Joel.
Hey, guys. So Kai Callan went down on that big play from Coeur d'Alene. He was on the medical vehicle. They were talking to him as if he's going through concussion protocols. His helmet is off, answering questions. Looks to be okay. Don't know if he'll come back in this game. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Joel. As we're glad to see that Kai is doing all right on the sideline, but like you said, Paul, in those types of situations, I don't expect we'll see Kai Callan back in this one, and so Highland will be without one of their weapons, we assume, for the remaining 7:28 here in the fourth quarter. Tied at 28, the 5A title game living up to its billing. Coeur d'Alene will kick it off, moving right to left.
You can see he's pleading his case with the medical team down there. The actual paramedics are there chatting with him as well with the athletic trainers.
And Browning gets a foot into it for Coeur d'Alene. It bounces at the 10, scooped up at the 3 by Barella. Barella picking his way through traffic, has some room. It gets out across the 30. Boy, tripped up, or that thing could have been disaster, and it was Browning that came in and made the shoestring tackle. And Highland will take over 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line.
Boy, what a great return for him, setting up his offense to, be in fairly good field position to start this very important offensive drive, all tied up, 7:20. Both these teams just want to get that trophy again. It's been a few years for each of them.
Yeah, it's been a very offensive-minded second half for both of these teams, as the adjustments on that side of the football have really been successful. Now trips left, Hymas throws it out, little bubble screen, left side complete, not a lot of room to run. And it was Barella on the catch. Robertson there with the tackle, gain of only 2. It'll be 2nd down from the 37-yard line.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 7 yards to go for Highland from the 37-yard line.
Highland trips right. Hymas keeps it on the read option and out of bounds, shy of the 1st down, but he gets out across the 40.
And you saw him take a look at that 1st down marker, and then he took a look at the defender running about 80 miles an hour right at him, and he smartly said, you know what, I'm just going to step out of bounds right here.
Line of scrimmage 42, and a big 3rd down now for Highland. 3rd down and 2. And right now, it has been really kind of Highland in control with Coeur d'Alene playing catch-up. Highland in control, Coeur d'Alene playing catch-up. And the Vikings need a stop to shift that just a little bit. On 3rd down, they are, I don't think they're going to get it. It was Riddle who cut it right back up the middle, tackled right at the sticks. And from our vantage point, it looks like he may have it by a half the length of the football. We'll see.
I think they spotted it behind the, they gave it to him.
They did.
The nose of the football is across the 44. The stick was at the 44. The backside of the football is not to that 44-yard line, but you just need the tip of it to hit there, and that's what they got.
So 1st down Highland, they keep the drive alive. Fresh set of downs from their own 44-yard line. 3 receivers bunched up together on the right side for Hymas working out of the gun. Riddle flanked to his left. Barella in motion. Little toss. Barella on the pitch. Barella trying to pick his way through traffic and gets out across the 45 for a gain of 3 or 4. And again, it's Robertson on the play for Coeur d'Alene.
Boy, a pickup of 4 when he was just, hellfire rained down on him from the moment he got the ball. Still picks up 4, but on both sides, these running backs, anybody running the football, their first and foremost responsibility is don't let it go. Even if you don't pick up very many yards, do not fumble the football.
3 receivers right, 2 left. Empty backfield. Swing pass out into the flat, complete on the right side to Riddle. Riddle across midfield. He still will be shy of that 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd down and short for Highland as they move into Coeur d'Alene territory. And we're getting to that point in the game as we are under 5 minutes to go that a long, sustained drive could be huge because the possessions are going to be limited now.
So in the game that Highland had against Hawaii 2 weeks ago, I was here for it, they went on a drive that took up 8 minutes. They can definitely do it. Even on the plus side of the 50, they can eat up a lot of clock here.
Out of the gun, Hymas, quarterback keeper to the left, breaks a tackle inside the 40, to the races inside the 20, Hymas to the pylon, touchdown Highland. Oh my! Hymas does it again.
47 yards, and I don't know how he did it. And he's Captain Teflon. He went through, he sliced and diced that secondary, and once he got past them, there was really one man to beat who was closing in on him. If there would have been another 5 yards, he'd have got pushed out of bounds.
You know, and that's the first time we've really seen Hymas with the speed. We have seen the shiftiness. We have seen the elusiveness. And once he got a window, he kicked in the jets to the pylon he goes. And 47 yards later, Highland's in the end zone again. The extra point is up and good. And at 4:28 to go here in the fourth, Highland back out on top in this back and forth game. 35-28. Logan.
So that's a 47-yard touchdown rush. That makes Hymas the leading rusher in today's game. He's got 121 yards on the ground to go along with 298 yards through the air.
Heartland Ag Systems in Burley has you covered with the application equipment and product support you need to be more productive. With products ranging from water wagons to tanks, Heartland Ag has all you need for spraying and spreading. We are your local Case IH application equipment experts, carrying a complete line of new and used equipment backed by our expert service and parts support team. Find out more by visiting our website at heartlandag.com. That's Heartland Ag Systems, your local Case IH dealer. And Valley Office Systems, they're proud to support the Highland Rams. They don't just sell equipment. Yes, they offer great solutions like copiers, printers, software, but they're a service company above all else. They're committed to providing their clients the right solution for their needs with amazing customer service and support no matter what. That's Valley Office Systems, kind of like us. No matter what.
No matter what. That's exactly right. Highland to kick it off to Coeur d'Alene. And the kick knocked down at the goal line, and now it's going to have to be picked up and returned by the Vikings. And it is out across the 20 to the 21, so I guess it could have been worse. And taking a big hit on that return. And a little slow to get up for the Vikings.
And a Highland
is Kobe Cooey.
Highland player slow to get up, still on his knees.
Yeah, there was a collision down there at the 20-yard line.
And he was standing just outside the goal line. That ball was going to whiz right by him, and he batted it down.
And it looks like the injured Highland Ram, if I'm not mistaken, is the kicker, Eunice. It is. So not only does he kick it off, he gets down there to collide with Cooey, and he's up and over to the sidelines, just a little dinged up, but he seems to be okay at the moment. 4:21 to go, fourth quarter. 35-28 Highland. Coeur d'Alene trying to answer. Simmons flushed out of the pocket to his right, running out of real estate, but finds an open receiver and out of bounds near the 30. Great pitch and catch from Coeur d'Alene, and that was Katie on the reception.
And Katie did a great job of coming back to his quarterback, who was in trouble, running to the sideline out of bounds, no one to throw it to. I thought he was going to throw it away. Instead, picks up 7 yards.
Second down and 3 for Coeur d'Alene, approaching 4 minutes to go in this one. Simmons and Coeur d'Alene on the drive of their life right now. Simmons straight back to throw, fires over the middle and misses low. Intended for number 5, Jason Katie, but good coverage by Highland in that secondary.
Carson Bates, the defensive back for Highland, just 5'6", 130, a junior, but he came up big on that play with the defense.
Clock stops, 4:08 to go. Coeur d'Alene trying to find the answer. They have answered all game long. Do they have one more in them? Third down and short. Pass incomplete, trying to hit the slant. And Simmons will be faced with a fourth down and short with 4:03 to go.
And Colton George on the defense that time for Highland. Kind of gave a little two-handed shove in the back. The officials said, nope, not enough to make me pull this hanky out. So a 4th and 3.
A huge stop for that Highland defense now.
Boy, do you trust your offense or do you punt this off? They're going to punt, but golly, you fake it?
They've got a full complement of timeouts. But they've got to get that defensive stop. And now all of a sudden, out of the punt formation, Highland runs up. And it looks like they're trying to draw Highland off sides. They don't. And now they fall back into punt formation. And out comes the flag, as I think they took way too much time with all their trickery. And they did. It's a 5-yard penalty, delay of game against Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, it ended up being a delay of game. But what a great idea. Go back like you're going to punt, rush up like you're going to fake it, and what a great job by the Highland defense to not buy it. You know, you got all those guys there. You kind of roll your dice and say one of them is going to jump. They didn't. They held firm, stayed still, and now they have to punt.
So now they'll kick it away. From inside the 10, Coeur d'Alene gets the punt away, and it's a good one. Oh, and it takes a Highland bounce up to the 49-yard line, and that's where it will be downed, and the Rams will take over 1st and 10 from their own 49. 3:55 to go. Let's send it right back down to Joel. Joel, what do you got for us?
Hey, guys, a little Kai Callan update for you. He's up, he's walking around, but helmet is off, looking a little disappointed. I think he's done for the day with 3:55 to play. We probably won't see Kai Callan again. He should be okay, but probably done for the day. Back to you.
Highland here. One more drive left in the tank, and their season can put it away. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Let's see how conservative they get on the play call. This is Riddle up the middle. Short gain on the play. Robertson with the tackle.
Primetime Auctions in Pocatello is the place to be for all your bidding needs. They have something for everyone, from vehicles to plants to office equipment and electronics. Be sure to check Primetime Auctions before heading to the store. Chances are you are going to find something you're looking for. Bid anytime, anywhere online at primetimeauctions.com.
Second down and 8. Clock is moving. 3 minutes and change to go. Coeur d'Alene trying to come up with a defensive stop to get the ball back. They trail it by 7. Riddle off the left side. Tough sled and only a gain of 1, maybe 2. Coming in from the secondary to make the tackle is Walmsley. And now an important 3rd down for both of these teams. Under 3 minutes to go. Highland trying to salt this one away with this drive. Coeur d'Alene needs the football back, and they can get it back if they can stop Highland on this 3rd down and 6 from the Coeur d'Alene 47-yard line. Here we go. Trips right for Hymas. Riddle the lone setback on 3rd and 6.
Go end zone.
Handoff. Riddle bounces it out. He's got the 1st down. Down the sideline. Riddle out of bounds inside the 25. 1st down Highland, and when they needed him most, Jackson Riddle comes through with the biggest run of the game.
So 23 yards on that run. You saw him kind of sigh as he realized he stepped out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Otherwise, he was gone.
And that big run causes a lot of problems for Coeur d'Alene.
It does.
Not only are they at the 24-yard line, Coeur d'Alene still has to figure out how to get the ball back. But if Highland kicks a field goal here, which they're very capable of doing, it can put this whole thing out of reach.
Yeah, 1st down almost ends it.
Handoff, Riddle. Riddle fumbled the football.
Oh, my.
Inside the 20, Riddle had it knocked away from behind. Let's check. And Coeur d'Alene comes away with it. I don't believe it. Coeur d'Alene needed a miracle, and they got one. Highland was ready to slam the door on a 5A state title, and they fumble it away in the red zone, and Coeur d'Alene will have a chance with 2:13 to play.
Is that their first takeaway today?
I believe it is.
Let's ask the stats guy.
Yeah, aren't you the stat guy?
You know.
Well, here we go. 3 timeouts for the Vikings, and they've got it. First down at their own 18-yard line.
Ooh.
A little trickeration, double reverse. This finds Hagel. Hagel trying to turn the corner right side. Highland defensively having none of it. Knocked out of bounds after a 2-yard gain.
He did not get out of bounds. That should. Oh, they were winding it. Now there's an injury that will stop it at 2:01.
Clock stops, 2:01 to play.
Well, guys, at Andy's Heating and Cooling, they understand the importance of a fully functioning and efficient air conditioning system. That's why their goal is to provide only the best services, coupled with great customer service, integrity, and honesty to every single one of their customers. No matter the system, you can be sure they can service it. In business since 1972, Andy's Heating and Cooling is a name you can trust. With 100% satisfaction guaranteed, your first call should always be to Andy's Heating and Cooling, serving all of North Idaho since 1972. Thank you from Andy's Heating and Cooling. And of course, for Highland, Bringhurst Family Dentistry. They offer affordable, complete dental care for your whole family, and they've been serving Pocatello for over 40 years. New patients are always welcome, and emergency care is available. They'll take care of you and your family. Areas they can help you with include professional teeth whitening, implants, bridges, braces, extractions, and dentures. Bringhurst Family Dentistry, located at 1175 Call Place, Suite 200 in Pokey. You can also give them a call, 232-1260, Bringhurst Family Dentistry.
Coeur d'Alene coming out of that timeout. We'll have it 2nd down and 8 from their own 20-yard line. Simmons to throw. Quick slant complete at the 22, and out across the 25 goes Coeur d'Alene. Pass complete to Kai Wheeler, shy of the first down. Coeur d'Alene hustling to the line. We're under 2 minutes to go. Nope, beg your pardon. They got the first down by about a yard, and here we go. Simmons to throw, has time, looks out in the front, and it's intercepted. Highland picks it off. Coming away with the interception for Highland, Zarek Eunice. And that might do it for the Highland Rams, as Eunice comes away with a huge interception.
We've heard that before, Scott. This could do it. Wait.
Exactly.
It should do it.
It should. With 2 timeouts, Coeur d'Alene is facing an impossible comeback. They need the football. 1:45 on the clock. Highland trying to ice this thing by running some clock. But last time they tried to do that, they fumbled it away. Hymas out of the gun, handoff Riddle, left side, trying to find room, not a lot to work with. Tackle after a short gain made by Christ, who's had a big game defensively for Coeur d'Alene, and a timeout on the field taken by the Vikings. That will leave them with just 1:39 to go. And if Coeur d'Alene is to get the ball back, there will be very little time on the clock for Coeur d'Alene. They need something to happen here.
What a fun football for us. You know, it's causing a lot of heartburn down there for both sides as, you know, the momentum, the pendulum swings to the far side, then it swings to the near side, and you just see the parents and fans, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, excited in 1 minute, distraught in the second, and that's really what high school football is all about.
You know, and it's just been one of those games to where you get a little momentum and then somebody makes a mistake. You get some momentum, somebody makes a mistake, and we've seen it through the 3 fumbles here in the second half and the interception now. Back to the action. Highland. Handoff, Riddle, left side, keeping the legs churning. Coeur d'Alene just trying to punch that ball out of there. And they're not going to be successful on this one, as down to the 30 goes Riddle. It'll be 3rd down. And Coeur d'Alene burns their final timeout with 1:30 to play. So out of the timeout, Highland will have it 3rd down and 8.5 yards to go. The line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. If Highland doesn't make it here, they can bleed that clock to almost about 40 seconds before they would have to call timeout. And then at that point, they have a choice. They can either go for it to try to ice this thing or kick a field goal, which essentially would ice it as well. So we'll see what happens here. 3rd down and 9 for Highland.
Well, last time each one of these teams won a championship, it was against the other. And we're going to continue that tradition for someone in about a minute and a half. Football time.
3rd down and 9 for Highland. Hymas, play action, will call his own number, trying to turn the corner, right side, inside the 30, to the 20. It's going to be close. Did he get the 1st down? He did. Hymas did it again.
There just wasn't enough of the secondary left to sweep over to the near side and get him. They just weren't fast enough to get there.
And that will do it. Hymas and the Highland Rams are a couple of knees away from hoisting the 5A state championship trophy. And the guy that gets it done, who else? Drew Hymas.
Oh.
What a ball game he played.
He did. And, you know, the big players, big-time players play big when it's time to play big. And there was a couple of times during this game where on both sides you saw maybe a little bit of a short step or a misstep. But in the end, the big-time players, they make it happen.
One more knee. And Highland will watch the clock wind down. 25 seconds until it's official. The Highland sideline already storming the field. The fans across the way on their feet. Coeur d'Alene dejected in a game that was so close, and they had their chances.
Coeur d'Alene came into the game 9-2, a great record. And I think you can totally see them coming back. Now, we'll keep it here. We'll see the banners and the trophies, and then we'll kick it down to Joel, who'll be interviewing the player of the game afterwards, as soon as he can get him. Logan went down yesterday. I was down there yesterday, and it's always interesting trying to get that player of the game, trying to get through.
And the clock has struck zeros in the 5A state title game. The Highland Rams in their hometown, home field, are your 5A state football champions. And a gritty effort from the Coeur d'Alene Vikings, who traveled a long way to be here and answered every call.
Yep.
As it was punch and counterpunch throughout this entire game. And the last man standing, the Highland Rams.
And both of these teams kind of did the best they could to to maybe give it away, but just a great football game, heavyweight fight.
It really was a fantastic football game. Exactly what we thought it was going to be, and then exactly what we didn't think it was going to be. We knew it was going to be close, but we didn't expect the offensive explosion that happened in the second half from what was supposed to be a low-scoring defensive battle, but it was entertaining nonetheless. And right now, the trophy presentation at midfield. And the Coeur d'Alene Vikings all lined up at the 40-yard line. Their captain's out to accept the state runner-up trophy. Not the color they wanted, but what a season for the Coeur d'Alene Vikings. If you would have told us they would have been playing for a state title,
right,
we'd have written you off as bananas. Coeur d'Alene didn't even make the playoffs last year. So congratulations to head coach Sean Amos and the Coeur d'Alene Vikings, 5A runner-ups.
4-5 last year. What a comeback story, huh?
Absolutely. And now the Highland Rams at midfield hoist the blue trophy. And the banner and the celebration continues for the Rams. And head coach Nick Sorrell. And while they do that, we will take a break and be right back with the postgame, including our player of the game right after this.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles, stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Welcome back to the post-game show at Holt Arena. Scott Burton, Paul Kingsbury, Logan Green, and Richardson down on the sideline as we are about ready to get a word with our player of the game, we hope. And while we're on that subject, I don't really think there is a discussion here on who this is. I mean, we talked about it, sang his praises all game long, and our player of the game is going to be the quarterback. It's Drew Hymas. Hymas just did it all. When Riddle was shut down, Hymas picked up the slack, 298 passing yards and a touchdown, 131 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He was Mr. Everything for the Highland Rams. And
Joel is chasing him down, literally.
Trying to get a word with Mr. Hymas is Joel, and I think he's got him. And so at this time, we will send it down to Richardson and Drew Hymas, our player of the game.
All right, gentlemen, I'm here with Drew Hymas, the IdahoSports.com player of the game. Awesome game, Drew. I'm going to let you go celebrate with your teammates, but a couple quick questions. How did you execute at such a high level? Let's go over your stats. 298 passing yards, 1 throwing touchdown, 101 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. How did you execute at such a high level, Drew?
I don't know. I think it was our coaches just having a great game plan for me and just talking me through everything all game long. I mean, I don't know, it was kind of a crazy game. I just was playing with probably the most emotion I've ever played with, and I don't know, everything just fell into place.
Absolutely. I saw you guys come out with a little more intensity in the second half. Drew's getting some high fives from coaches. Did you feel like it was a bit more intense? You guys came out with a bit more energy starting that second half?
Yeah, I think we killed ourselves in the first half when we got into the red zone with some penalties, and then we talked at half, just limit the penalties and everything will fall into place, and I guess that's just what happened.
What are you going to do to celebrate, Drew?
Go lay down. My body hurts.
Absolutely. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
I think you had a chance to say going to Disney World or Disneyland or something, right?
I'm going to go re-listen to it on Idaho Sports. That's what he should have said.
Exactly right. Well, congratulations, Drew Hymas, our player of the game. And, boy, what a ball game this was, fellas. We thought it was going to be close, but we didn't think all the scoring was going to happen. Final thoughts, Paul?
Final thoughts is it's what we expected. We don't really root for any team. We just root for good football, and that's exactly what we got. And if you're in a state championship, I think you'd rather lose a close one than get blown out, right? And I think Coeur d'Alene learned a lot of things coming in. They've got a goal for next year. Highland possibly restarting, a dynasty, which they've done in the past. So, don't count out maybe seeing these two playing up in the Kibbie Dome next year.
And Logan, final thoughts from you.
Yeah, just a great performance. You look at the performance from Riddle on the ground. At halftime, he only had 6 rushing yards. He ends up with 68 yards on the ground, including a touchdown. And he had the big touchdown rush where he got the first down late in the game to keep the drive alive, keep the chains moving. So big kudos to him for the way he bounced back in the second half with 62 yards on the ground.
All right, guys, fantastic job here up in the booth for a fantastic game. Highland, your 5A state champions, winning at 35-28 over Coeur d'Alene. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and IDEAL, Idaho's College Savings Program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. And this broadcast was also made possible by our many local business partners. Without their help and business relationships with Idaho Sports, it makes it tough to bring these games to you. And Paul, they are
P1FCU, Andy's Heating and Cooling, Super One Foods, Heartland Ag Systems, Lookout Credit Union, Valley Office Systems, Franklin Building Supply, Bringhurst Family Dentistry, and Prime Time Auctions.
And special thanks to the staff at Holt Arena for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. And today's player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game. Whether you're on the field or on the road, be in the moment and free from distractions. And our player of the game, Drew Hymas, the Highland quarterback, did everything today. Congratulations to him and the Highland Rams. And thanks again for joining us. As the Highland Rams are your 5A state champions, they defeat Coeur d'Alene by a final score of 35-28. Well, for my broadcast partners, Paul Kingsbury, Logan Green, and Joel Richardson, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Scott Burton. Thanks for joining us, and so long, everybody.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
Through storms and bad weather, sure as the sun.
You're welcome. These are hot chocolate milk. You're welcome.
From the desert to the freezing cold, wish I could see it from the stars.
Your bagels and cream cheese. Can I get you anything else? Okay, great. Try it.
We're working together to build a more sustainable future. Learn more at unbottled.com.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your IDEAL College Savings Program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with IDEAL, Idaho's 529 College Savings Program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I loved it. Thank you.
College costs money.